Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot ass minute since I've done one of these. The last few years have been tumultuous, but if you've been following me on Instagram, you know, if you haven't, don't worry about it. Nothing to write home about, or maybe I'm just being humble. Who knows? Anyway, let's get to it. So, if you've never done a pick a card reading before, we've got 3 groups here. So this will be group number 1, group number 2, group number 3. I'll give you a close-up look at each of the crystals and each of the decks, and you can go ahead and pick which one you feel most called to. One of the things that I recommend is taking a couple deep breaths and really seeing which one connects with you, which one calls to you, and then you'll know that that one's your group. But this one's going to be the vibe check spread. So this is actually it's a spread that I created for, like, you know, other stuff, but we've got our 2024 generalized vibe check spread, and I'm super excited about that. So we're going to be looking at your energy, we're going to be looking at others' energy toward the situation. We'll look at the situation itself. So the first few cards will be there to help you determine whether or not this is your group. Keep in mind, these are general readings. I'm thankful that my audience is still small enough where I can hopefully provide honest messages and accurate messages. But the larger that the following gets, you know, the more room there is for just, you know, other energies and things like that. So I want to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. That means that if it doesn't make sense to you, if you're listening and you're like, nah, baby, that's not it, then that's not your group. You can come back to this page, this part here, and you can go ahead and pick a new group. If you find that none of the groups necessarily resonate with what you're looking for, then this simply means that this is not the reading for you. But fear not, my sun rays and moonbeams. I will be doing more of these. Again, trying to manage my expectations moving forward and be a little realistic about what I can accomplish. And, you know, being able to slow down and put time and effort and energy. So I'm really excited. So yeah, let's see. What are the vibes? So for group number 1, we have this lapis lazuli moon, and we have the crystalstruck tarot. And then for group number 2, we have the amethyst cluster and the magic seer's holographic tarot. For group number 3, we have the selenite sphere, and then we have the modern love tarot. Okay, so go ahead and pick your group, and I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. For those of you who chose group number 1 with this lapis lazuli moon and the crystalstruck tarot, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put it over to the side. By it, I mean the tarot. And we're going to start this off by getting an overall, like, energy check. So it's important to remember that these messages are general, so not everything is going to apply. And remember from the beginning, unless if you skipped it, if it don't apply, let it fly. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull some cards, and I'm going to really look into the nitty gritty of, like, what the situation might be and your energy plus others' energy towards the situation. So again, if this doesn't feel like it's resonating with you, don't force it to fit, but feel free to check out another group or just wait for the next one, because this one might not be your reading. I do also have some old readings. Honestly, I haven't watched them in a really long time, so I don't know, they might be a little cringe, but it is what it is. Feel free to indulge if you feel that it's necessary. All right, so what are the vibes? Oh my goodness. I want to sit in this energy for just a little bit. I'm going to grab a tourmalated quartz, and let's just see what I'm picking up on. I'm seeing a lot of the color blue. A lot of blues for sure. Maybe there's something that's got you feeling blue. I'm listening. Yeah. So definitely I'm hearing that there's something here that's got you feeling kind of stuck. Something that feels very blue. It's got you feeling sad. So I'm gonna pull, this one is a brand new one. This is a little rain. Oh my gosh. That is so scary, y'all. my extension cord, which I could have sworn was secure, just kind of popped out. Whew. I'm not scared. Anyway, this is the Little Bit of Rain Oracle deck. Or is it just a little rain? A little rain Oracle deck. We have the parrot flower. There's more purple. Hmm. This is a newer deck, so I am going to pull from the book to see what it says about the card because I'm not familiar with these cards, but I do want to just pull intuitively based on the imagery of the card. Um, we have parrot flower, right? And I'm thinking also about that color blue that we were feeling, especially with lapis lazuli and the energy of this crystal. I'm feeling that there's something here around communication um, that I'm picking up on. Hmm. Yeah, we have two birds facing each other, and I'm really focusing in on maybe you feel like you're trying to speak to somebody's heart, and it doesn't necessarily feel like, gosh, things are just dropping left and right. Whew, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Um, yeah, something here about communication. Oh gosh, I was gonna say, is that a certificate of authenticity? That's so beautiful. It was inside the book. Um, mm, Sorry, guys. I know this is probably not making any sense yet, but the information is just coming in, and I'm in a new place of really being able to tap into my abilities and trust what's happening around me to be able to channel. So bear with me. If you're used to my usual readings, this may be a little bit different. It's more like I'm taking in before I'm putting out. So in regards to the situation, I do see there is something here around communication, maybe lack of communication, maybe craving deeper communication. The lapis lazuli tells me that there's a depth that to the situation. It's got you deep in your feels. Again, take it if it resonates. Something here about maybe you feel that you're speaking to someone's heart and you're not necessarily getting some of those same messages back. That's going to be for some people. Maybe for others, I'm seeing this sense of not wanting to judge a book by its cover, or um, you're looking at this outside situation, but you know that you're dealing with limited information. Um, and so you just want to make sure that you're investing time and energy in something that's going to be fruitful for you, something that's going to be in your best interest. hmm With that certificate of authenticity just popping out, just like, that I thought it was another card, like looking for another sign. But I feel like for some of you, you're going to get your confirmation, or it's more about maybe shifting your perspective, like that was like when as soon as I opened up the first page, like almost like if you're on the outside looking in, um, and you're not quite sure what you're going to get because the windows are a little bit foggy and it's hard to see what's inside. Um, and so, yeah, having that, like it's so glittery, right? A little rain. Oh my gosh. Also, what number is this? 1868. Yeah. That one's a message for me. We'll see later. If you know numerology, remind me some privacy. But yeah, I feel like you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. I mean, so far that's like at least what the vibe I'm picking up on is, right? And that's what this is, picking up on the vibes. So let's go ahead. I forgot my alphabet for a second. Don't judge me. Ooh, confusion, adversity, illusion. Oh gosh, yep, that's the one. Let's see. Conversely, parrot flowers encourage deception just as much as they signal it. What have your recent actions been working toward? Check in with your intentions and be open with yourself if you've been operating facetiously. You may have tried to influence someone to see your side when you knew you weren't in the right, or perhaps you wish to present a different side of yourself to those around you and an altered view of who you really are. Hmm. All right. Wasn't expecting that one. Someone close to you may be being dishonest with you. Stay vigilant, take efforts to prevent yourself from being deceived. So I'm feeling this on both ends of the spectrum. hmm Let's see. These flowers bloom in October and November. So take it if it resonates for some of you. Maybe October and November could be significant months. Um, or maybe something significant can happen in terms of this situation within those months as well. Whether you have good or bad intentions at heart, remember there's no reason to change yourself or use deceit to get your way. What may seem beneficial in the moment can have long lasting repercussions, and it only takes one close look to see petals for feathers. Wow, that is so powerful. Um, so yeah, definitely for some of you, again, take it if it resonates. There may be someone being dishonest with you, um, or maybe you're not being completely honest about a certain situation. We'll take a deeper look once we get into like the nitty gritty of it. So just, keep in mind, this is us. We're still, oh, I should probably take that out from there. We're still just getting the energy check for the situation. So, if it's resonating, then keep watching. If not, then you can start moving to another pile, or you can wait and see what else comes out. So the next deck that I'm going to be using, I do have to give a little bit of a trigger warning. It is a deck that's on the meaner side, but we want to see like other people's energy around the situation. So we have watch out, shit could get ugly. You are being shady, okay? Go see some shit, do some new things, talk to people cooler than you, take a fucking trip. And then we have where the fuck is your sense of humor? Laugh. Okay. Those three all, like, y'all saw how it flipped, which is one thing that I love about live shuffling, because then we can see how the energy comes out. So again, take this if it resonates. For some of you, I see that maybe you're not necessarily being honest about your situation. For some of you, I feel like maybe you're keeping your options open, and rather than being honest about that, and about that as being part of your intentions, that could be causing um, some miscommunication. So like your actions are not necessarily aligned with what your true intentions are, because you're operating out of a place that's not necessarily like, it, it's almost like it's giving me this feel that like maybe you think that someone's being petty with you, or you're responding in a petty way uh, to like someone that is actually being petty with you. And listen, far be it from me to tell you to be the bigger person all the time. Sometimes you have to let what you want to say out. And yeah, of course the goal is to make sure that we're not hurting people, but we also can't allow ourselves to be subject to people just walking all over us. um Again, take that if that resonates for your situation. But this whole watch out, shit could get ugly. I feel like maybe there are other people in your life that think that you're investing too much time and effort and energy into this, instead of just taking it for what it is. Yeah, with this, go see some shit, do new things, talk to people cooler than you. For some of you, I feel like maybe there's an energy of just being so wrapped up in the situation and like wanting to know, and um like, yeah, that depth that comes with the lapis lazuli. It's like you want to just examine the shit out of this, and you want to know every single detail, but like some stuff is not meant for you to know. Some stuff is, it's part of living, it's part of life. And I think that with that laugh card, and where the fuck is your sense of humor, I think that other people's energy toward the situation is that you're giving too much to this. Yeah, for sure. Sorry, my cat is like rubbing against the freaking. Hello. He's rubbing against the little gooseneck tripod that I have. That's like, it's not a tripod, it's a gooseneck like holder thing. I don't even know what the fuck you really call it. Yeah, shaking up my whole camera. Sorry about that, y'all. Um, but yeah, so I feel like, other people's energy, like if you've confided in other people, their energy toward this situation is that you're giving too much or you're doing too much. Um, and that it's causing you to act in an energy that's not necessarily an energy that you resonate with. um Again, we'll look at the what's really going on in this situation, but it seems like you've almost kind of made up your mind about what's going on. um and now you're kind of obsessing over it a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna pack some of these up just so that we have some room.
And I'm going to go ahead and get your energy toward the situation. So we'll see. Actually, hold on, that's going to fucking bother me. We'll do like this. Actually, this card is so pretty. Let's just. And for shits and giggles, we'll leave the laugh card. Is that how we're doing? How are we doing? Oh my god, I can't even. Wendy Williams, how you doing? Let's take a look at your energy toward the situation. Can y'all chill, please? Gosh, there's so much energy around this reading already. Ooh. Okay, let's see. What is your energy toward the situation? Hunger, yeah. It's like it's eating away at you. Like you feel like you have to know, you want to know. Success, yeah, I think this comes from like wanting success, wanting this to be something that's a viable option for you. If this is like regarding business and stuff like that, I would say that um it's likely that, like, maybe this opportunity is not meant for you, or maybe it's not meant for you right now. um yeah. Oh, okay. As the cats go crazy, we'll take this one. We have movement. Yeah, it's like you're wanting more from this situation, and it feels like it's not a situation that's going to give you more at this time. All right. That's that's about as much as I got. We done went 15 minutes into an energy check. Um, so if this resonates with you, then that means that you're in the right place. If it didn't resonate with you, I don't really know why you're still here. I'm kidding. I love you. Maybe you're just supporting me and you're letting this video play out in the background, and that'd be fucking cool. Let's pack these babies up. Not as like this one flew off. You're giving too many fucks. Yeah. Give 0. Oh gosh, do you know this song? Oh gosh, what is it? I've got no fucks left to give. Um, if you know the song, you know. If you don't know, just look up the "I've got no more fucks to give" song. Oh my god, these damn cats. No, I'm gonna live that. I'm gonna take that message resonates with me. I'm going to give 0 fucks, and I hope you don't hear any of my cats in the background. But it is what it is. There's some bitches. If you've been following me for a while, you know there's some bitches. I love them to death, though. I would do anything for them. All right. So let me get. hold on. It's been a while. Bear with me. Let's get the notebook out. All right. Oh, excuse me. We don't do that. Sorry. I'm here. We're present. I'm going to trust and believe that the spirit's going to handle them and they will be all right. Okay. So, what we're going to be looking at with the tarot now is we're going to be looking at more feelings and understand maybe like the complexities behind why you may be feeling some of these feelings. We're going to look at action likely taken, and this will be on multiple fronts. So we're going to look at your likely actions, we're going to look at other people's actions, or if it's regarding another person, or another business entity or anything to that effect. We'll just look at the actions being taken. Then we're going to look at intentions, and so what the intention is, of the people involved in the situation. Then we're going to look at the purpose of this. Also, guys, I'm not doing like extended readings. Like this would be one of those things where like I probably would break it up. I am looking into getting like, situated with doing and offering extended readings. If you're not familiar, it would basically just be like, you pay a couple bucks and you get like an extra 30-minute reading, more detailed on the subject. But for right now, for my comeback, and to stay true to my original message of being accessible and sharing my gift, I am not going to be offering extended readings just yet. So we're going to begin through all of this. It's going to be a long one, so buckle up. I apologize, y'all. My cats, I couldn't. I started to film the tarot portion and it felt off. And I had to reset myself and my cats were fighting. But anyway, we're back. This would be like nothing, like no time has passed for you. Okay, so we're just gonna get a couple cards and we're gonna look at feelings. What are the feels? Oh, okay. We have three cards that are reversed. So the first card is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. And I'm seeing here that as someone is feeling like they're somewhat, not someone, this would be you. I think this is you. Yeah. You're feeling like you're putting in so much work, so much time, so much effort, so much energy, and you're not getting that same energy back. I'm also feeling that there's an element here of like you want to be able to work together. Yeah, for some of you this is definitely like a strong work energy. Um but there's an element here of like you wanting to work like together with a team or just, like kind of like everyone pulling their own weight type of thing. Um but that's not the way that it's happening. It's like you feel like you're giving so much more. I think other people involved in this, um and the energy of the situation itself, like the feelings of the situation itself, it feels very much like there's so much more at play. The Ten of Cups in reverse tells me that there's an element here of like maybe even family breaking down, um like heavy familial like imbalance, and with that 10 energy it feels very intense, it feels very full. um I'm feeling like there's a lot of weight that's involved here in terms of like other people involved in the situation and the situation itself. um the Three of Swords in reverse tells me that there's an element here of everyone's just trying to heal from something. um for some, if this is like about another person, it could be that there's someone just working on healing certain aspects, but there's a lot that's happening around, family. If this is business related, it could be something to the effect of, um, like a recovery of something that needs to happen first, or a breaking down or transitioning of like a certain aspect before things can kind of fully come together. The energy around this, like we have these three cards and they're all in the reverse position. Some people say shadow position, or the inverted. But really, what this means for me as a reader is that the overall feelings is like blockages, like people don't want to feel, or people are feeling so much that it's just overwhelming, and so they're repelling the situation. It feels very much like there's so many different aspects of this. And even like we have these three cards, and each one is a different element in tarot. We have four elements in tarot, um, but we've got swords energy, we've got cups energy, and we have pentacle energy. So we've got three out of the four of the suits of the minor arcana, which is basically just, like part of the tarot deck. Um, and so, you know it's like a little bit of everything, and the whole situation, just if the feelings are presenting as like repelling or blocking. hmm I don't think I missed anything, so I'm gonna put these over to the side. Actually, you know what, we'll leave them. Now we're gonna pull and see the actions likely taken. Ooh, if I could shuffle without hitting this gooseneck. Ooh. So that's two. We have the Hierophant. We have the Ace of Wands. Oh, that one looks like it wants to come out. Oh, we have the Emperor in the reverse. We're not gonna look. Fighting the urge to pull big deck energy for like everything, y'all. It's so intense. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I usually read off of the bottom of the deck sometimes, and I call it big deck energy. Um, because it sets the tone for the reading. But we're getting so in depth here that I don't want to get distracted by that big deck energy. All right, back to your reading. In terms of actions likely taken, with a Hierophant, I see that there is an element here of commitment, of setting something in stone. For some of you, again, like if it's more on the business side of things, I'm seeing like contracts being signed. Um, people or schedules being like set and in writing. If this is regarding another person, I do see an element of commitment here in the future. It's funny because with the Hierophant we also have lapis lazuli, which is the crystal that you picked. So there's definitely an energy here of like depth and connection, and the Hierophant can also be family, so maybe even just a mending or um like an element of things getting better. With the Ace of Wands in the upright, I do see an opportunity to really engage in something new here. Um, it's giving fresh start energy, because we have that ace, right? And the ace is the one. It's the beginnings. They're the that period where like you're just starting to get into manifesting. And with the wands cards, these correspond to the element of fire and creativity and like creative life force energy as well. um mm-hmm. So yeah, for some of you, maybe even like something you may birth a new creative idea from the situation or from processing through the situation. I know we haven't gotten into like intentions and purpose yet, but I am feeling like this is linked to some of you tapping into your creativity a little bit more. hmm Also, don't mind me, if you know, you know. Um, with that Emperor in the reverse, though, I do see that um, there's an element of not being so assertive in this, or like on this path. It feels like all parties involved are kind of just going to be in an element of surrender, and when things happen, they happen, and trusting the timing of the universe. And the fact that we have two major arcana, which these are like the first 22 cards of tarot, and then we have the minor arcana, which are the suited cards. So to have these, two out of three be major arcana, this signifies that there is a lot that's happening behind the scenes energetically, if you believe it on the 5D. Um, but there's just a lot that's happening, again, like in the background, that's not really being made present to you. And it's these things are happening for a reason. They're part of larger plans. They're not just like little trivial things. Like if this is what's a good analogy for the energy, I would say, like, if this is the difference between you going to the supermarket because you're out of something and you absolutely need it, or you just taking a random trip to the supermarket. It's you're taking the trip because you absolutely need it. We're running low. It's a storm coming. We got to get the milk and the bread. um so there's a lot that's happening here that is being controlled by external forces, but I do see ultimately this state of surrender, this state of kind of like as things unfold, they're able to unfold, and an overall element of just comfort here because of the energy of like the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the intentions. I do see, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for, um, resolution for some of you. Like, let's if this is regarding like maybe if you're fighting with someone, like maybe you'll be in the same space and you'll be able to come to an understanding. Okay, we're gonna take this one because she wasn't trying to go anywhere. We're gonna take the one that flew all the way across, and we'll get one more. Is it that one? I think it's that one. Y'all, I'm not one of those people that like shuffles like and only takes jumpers, and I'm also not one of those fast shuffling people. So I hope you can appreciate my shuffling style if you're new here. Um, all right. So in terms of intentions, with the Eight of Pentacles, I do see that there is a drive here. Yeah, in the Chariot. And let's just we're hold on. Sorry, I'm just gonna go into channeling. Um, Forgive me for not, getting into the specifics. I want to just let's just get into it. So, in terms of intentions, I do see there's an overall drive across all fronts for everyone to kind of just put the work in that needs to be done. Um, it feels very much like this energy is going to be here, and but it's not going to be hard, it's not going to be fast, it's not going to be like wow bam, punch. I feel like it's going to slowly build over time. We have pentacles and we have cups, and so when we think about pentacle energy, we think about growth, we think about the energy that it takes to um cultivate a seed into a fully grown orchard even. And so this is a very slow moving energy. And then in the cups, we have water. And if you think about how long it takes water to erode something, the timings that we're getting with these are things that are going to take months to maybe even years. Um, that Hierophant energy, if we pull this down as like a clarifying, um, yeah, to put it in more of like a clarifying aspect. Can we go that far? Yeah, let's go that far. Like, it's a little messy right now, but it's work, it's stability born from uncertainty, born from creativity and from pain, and it's moving slowly and steadily. And maybe that's just something that you're not used to. Maybe you're used to things just always being, you know, hot and hard and fast. Gosh, who um take it if it resonates. That's just it's got a whole lot of other meanings. It's the yeah, you know. Um, Maybe some of you are not used to people really just taking their time, and um, maybe for you, time moves a little bit faster, and what feels like an eternity for you may have happened over the course of just 2 days. Um, and I think that's also, yeah, like take a fucking trip. Like, go see some shit, do some new things, talk to people cooler than you, talk to people not as cool as you, find people like you, find people unlike you. Um, it's giving this like, slow down, baby. That's I think it's a really beautiful type of energy. Whatever you're cultivating here, again, like if this is business, then I don't know if it's weird that I'm like going back and forth between, like a business and a person. Um, but if this is a business opportunity, again, it's not like it's something that's going to bring you this windfall of wealth immediately. Um, because then you'll put yourself in danger of losing it all immediately. I'm seeing this as like slow increase over time. Um, so the intention of this is um, to really take its time to run its course so that you're not experiencing it um in this way. And this is like all parties involved, in the 3D, in the 5D, however you believe it. This is what the intentions are that are coming through. And so now the purpose of this connection, the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups. Oh, the Empress. All right, we're gonna do it now. The moment you've all been waiting for. We're gonna look at the bottom of the deck. I like to call the bottom of the deck your big deck energy because it sets the tone for your reading. And we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay. I absolutely love this for you. I know it's probably so frustrating right now. Um, and it probably feels like you just you're trying your best to be patient, and I know that like you never want to hear that you just have to keep being more and more patient, right? But that's not what this is about. This is about you coming closer and connecting to people on an emotional level. With the Two of Cups energy, this is like super friendship vibes. I'm don't want to say that like for some of you maybe it's like being friend zoned in this all in the name of being able to build a solid foundation, um to build up to that hierophant energy, because like for, and again, take this if it resonates, because the hierophant can oftentimes represent like marriage level commitment, and we had that 10 of cups in the reverse position. So um it's giving this energy of like starting off strong, healing from this hurt and this depression that the 5 of cups brings. It's about overcoming that and realizing that, like, I love the imagery in this because um it's like the 2 cups are turned over, but then there's the one that's here that's broken, but then you also have these two, and like they're still standing, and like one is still overflowing. So it's like you still have love here, there's still so much love in this situation. um and that Page of Swords in reverse, this tells me that the purpose of this is to really help you to step outside of your own perception of things. It feels like maybe you're operating out of limited perception. Maybe it's like vast understanding, but but like limited perceiving. um because that Empress energy is like so incredibly loving and nurturing, and this is the mother in tarot. And even with that moonstone oftentimes talks about like that connection to the divine. um and being able to kind of like see through bullshit. And I think that a lot of you, like this Page of Swords energy, oh my gosh, they have the Ace of Swords underneath that in the reverse. Yeah, a lot of you have been made to like feel confused, and I think that in the past, um people have kind of put you in a place of feeling like you can't really trust yourself or your own judgment. um so this is meant to bring you into a place of like communicating in a new way, of seeing things from a different perspective. The Page of Swords in the reverse position oftentimes talks about like people who don't see things clearly, or who don't have a full view of the picture, who are severely misunderstood, or are operating out of misunderstanding and lack of communication. um, and so I think that like, if there's a couple different things coming through, like especially as we have that 2 of Cups energy, um but that 5 of Cups is still in the upright. If, like, take people for their word, okay, I get it. You're being shady, watch out, shit could get ugly. I feel like if maybe you're thinking that like, oh, this must mean like this is happening in this way, so it must mean that um that someone is acting in this type of way, like, right, in the past, whenever my hours got cut at work, I that meant that I was like about to be fired. But really it's like, they're trying to give you a break before offering you this new position that offers, stability or something to that effect. But because the position is not fully ready for you yet, remember we had all those reverse cards in the beginning of your reading. So because the opportunity is not fully ready for you yet, um, you may be operating out of a place of, well, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to work as hard when I am there because they're cutting their hours and they're probably going to fire me. And that whole time, bestie, they're about to fucking like give you a raise, a promotion, and really tell you how much they value you. Something to that effect. Again, take what parts of this reading resonate. If they don't resonate with you, then don't take them. Never force anything to fit if it doesn't fit your situation. You'll know. You'll know for sure. All right. Let's get some advice for you. We're going to pack these up. And let's see, where do I want to get advice from? Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? Let's go tarot again. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown tarot. Ooh. I do want to say thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Ooh. Is that we're gonna take all that? We have more. Are these? I refuse. I refuse. Let's try it again. I want some advice. Some real advice for my viewers. It's because I started talking. Ah, the spirit was like, "You on fire, girl. Don't stun me." There we go. To be fair, that deck has been sitting open on my desk, so it's probably absorbing all of my work energy. And like when I tell you, I've been sending emails for like 15 hours. This is so much. This is so much. Okay. Big deck energy is the Three of Swords. Baby, don't let your past hurt affect how you move in the future because there are beautiful opportunities that are waiting for you. They're just around the river bend. Yeah, let's go. You gotta get over this anxiety that you're having around the situation. It can be very difficult. I know I'm telling you, oh, just get over it. Like if it's so fucking easy. No, I know it's not fucking easy. So we're gonna give you some real life fucking advice, okay? And there's an element here of not allowing yourself to be so consumed by these anxious thoughts that you operate from this place of hurt and deception. Yeah, slow your roll. For some of you, if you're thinking about doing something impulsive, don't. Please. I beg of you. Um, do not act impulsively when it comes to this. Um, really think about it from push yourself to think about it from another perspective. For some of you, I'm seeing maybe journaling, um, or just writing down. If this is regarding somebody that you know, try to write from like their perspective and what you know about them. Um, and that might help to open up the situation. If you're struggling with a lot of anxious thoughts and it almost feels catastrophic in whatever it is that you're thinking, then I would really advise you to put your thoughts on trial. And what you're going to do is you're going to validate all of your fears by putting that in a section where we're going to put supporting thoughts, things that situations that support this idea of I'm about to get fired, or this person is doing me dirty, or whatever shadiness that you think is happening. um Write it out, validate the fears that you have. But then on the flip side, I want you to write out all of the statements that you have that are against this. Is it, are you dealing with a new person? Are you dealing with a new company? Are you um existing around um a new group of people? For some of you, maybe there are multiple people involved in this. So am I hanging out with a new group of people? Like, think about all of the different things that you have that would go on that side to say, like, no, this anxious thought that I'm having is not true because of XYZ. And then I want you to look at both of them and then really weigh out what you have going on there. um but don't get so wrapped up in it. Don't spend so much mental energy here. For some of you, I'm seeing there's a need to definitely keep some boundaries, but also respecting other people's boundaries. um mhm. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot to climb forward, but you're almost there. With the judgment card in reverse, the advice here for you is to, trust your own judgment for sure. Um, but also know that things are going to come together. And when they do, it's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I get it. Like it's gonna make sense. That Eight of Pentacles in reverse tells me that um there there's still going to be moments of fear here, but you're meant to put it somewhere else. With that Wheel of Fortune energy, it's almost like rather than spinning yourself in these webs and trying to make these perfect lines and um, exist in some sort of linear space, really push yourself to, maybe get messy a little bit. Um, for some of you, for those of you that resonate with like using this energy, toward a creative medium, maybe just make something messy just to make something messy. The Wheel of Fortune says that anything that you are going to do that's for um, your higher benefit at this time is going to help you out. This is a good time for you. Like the Wheel of Fortune talks about luck. I'm seeing new opportunities. It really feels like you're meant to just put yourself out there. With the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, this is, it's giving me this vibe of it doesn't have to look the way that you think it should for you to still find fulfillment. So yeah, take that how it resonates for you. Again, however you're resonating with this reading, it doesn't have to look exactly like, it doesn't have to look like this model or that model. Like, let's say if this is something that's work, and I'm sorry, like we have all this pentacle energy, so I do keep feeling drawn to work. But still with people too. Um, it your job, your work life doesn't have to look like anybody else's. If your hours are getting cut, but like you're still being kept at work, rather than being fearful that you're going to get let go of, um, work on something else in your free time. And, maybe you've got a couple jobs that you have, and you do a couple hours at this place and a couple hours at that place. Maybe this is opening up time for you to build something for yourself so that you can generate income for you, and be able to provide yourself with things that maybe you subconsciously feel like you don't deserve out of life. With the Star card in the reverse finishing us off here, I do feel that part of your advice is to not lose yourself in this hopelessness and this, lack of faith energy. Have faith that everything is working out for you in the way that it's meant to work out for you, regardless of how other people are behaving. Um, know that if you're here and you're part of my audience, the intention is that anything that is meant to harm you would be shown to you and then removed. Um, and if this is something that it's still in your life in some capacity, and it's still bringing you some joy or some sense of stability, if it's generating some income, that it's okay to hold on to it, but manage your expectations around what this situation can offer you as a whole. And maybe it can be more later, maybe it'll be less later. um, so enjoy it while you have it. I'm going to pull one more card. It'll be our one last for your advice here. Overall, yeah, the vibes, it if the vibes are a little weird. They are, and I say weird in like the best possible way. The vibes are given some different energy. Um, oh, selenite. If you felt drawn to pile 3, I would also encourage you to watch pile 3, just because we have selenite, and group 3, excuse me, group 3 is the selenite sphere. Meow. Sorry, I don't know why I meowed. I do know why I meowed. I wear cat glasses, cat-shaped glasses, but we know why I meowed. Um, oh gosh. Okay, we have selenite. Yeah, and the number 49, I'm seeing this is a time for you to really lay down your roots, set your foundation. For some of you, maybe this is about buying a house or dreams of owning property or something. But with that nine card, baby, this is all about you. It is giving self energy. It is giving worry about yourself. Um, have you guys seen that video, or like, am I just going crazy? So before I start reading, um, selenite is a crystal that is a cleansing crystal. You don't need to cleanse selenite like, the way that you would cleanse any other crystals by using, sunlight, moonlight, salt water, smoke cleansing. Selenite itself is a cleansing energy. Um, and I'm feeling like this is meant to just kind of wash over and help you enter this new era of being slowed down and more present in the present moment. I could have used another word. Um, let's see what messages stand out here. Illumination and clarity. When selenite spirit appears, its message is to keep moving past your challenges. Your sights always on raising. Whoa, hold on. What? Keep moving past your challenges. Your sight's always on raising your vibration to be like liquid light, illuminating, fluid, and flexible. Oh my gosh. And we talked about like water eroding, right? And so I feel like you're supposed to be in this flow state. You're supposed to be in um this place of just surrender, yeah. Meditating with selenite brings purity to our thoughts by clearing contaminants or clutter caused by beliefs. Yes. Are one, whoa, our own or those of others. Absolutely. And so for some of you, again, yeah, it's like that programming of like you were made to feel like you couldn't trust yourself. I know we talked about it briefly. I didn't want to go too deep, um because this is not that type of reading. We'll have those, trust me. I'm looking forward to having some more deep readings. But for right now, I wanted to keep it a little bit on the lighter side by, trying to check the vibes on the situation. Um, but yeah, like it, there have been a lot of situations in the past where people have kind of put this into you, and maybe, like I said, by putting your thoughts on trial is going to help you, because you'll remember those times that you were gaslit, and that people did just fucking switch up on you, and it meant the worst. And I feel like this situation is not the same as those past situations that you had. So yeah, for sure, clearing contaminants of clutter or clutter caused by beliefs, our own or those of others. Selenite clears our energy as well as the energy of other crystals and never needs cleansing itself. This is an optimal stone to have in a healing room, as it can assist in keeping the space free of unwanted or detrimental energies. It also protects against EMF exposure from computers. So, take that if it resonates. Of course, you guys know I am not that person to be like, you must buy this crystal and do this if you want this to happen or whatever. But if you feel drawn to selenite, then I would say, maybe connecting if you already have a selenite. I think most of us that, are into crystals and, purchase in that way, I think most of us all just have a selenite. Like, you just end up with one. I feel like whoever really buys like selenite, I don't know, is it just me? Like, I don't know, I do just end up with crystals though. So yeah, I think that's it. That's what I'm seeing. Vibes are different. The vibes are very different. It's giving who knows what's next. It's giving don't judge that book by its cover, because like there's a whole ass certificate of authenticity behind the not even the first page, in between the hardcover and the first page. So um yeah, I love that for you. Anyways, oh gosh, I haven't done this in so long. Thank you for being with me. I hope that I was able to provide you with clear, honest, and insightful messages that leave you feeling more confident about your situation. And as always, know that you are loved, you are loved, and you are so, so worthy of the highest love. So be well, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.
Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. For those of you who picked group number 2 and the amethyst cluster, this is going to be your reading on what are the vibes. Um, Fun fact about this amethyst, I gave birth with this crystal. It stayed with me right up until it was time to push, and yeah, it's a special one to me. So we're gonna pop her right up here. Also, if you chose the Magic Seers holographic tarot, this is one of my favorite decks. I'm gonna pop it over to the side, and we're gonna look at energies first. So just so that we can remember, hold on, it would be helpful if I flipped my pages back. We're time traveling. We're time traveling because the groups are not filmed in order. And yeah, there's been a lot going on. And if you're watching this, that means that the other videos have been posted as well. So you'll know I was working on a couple things at once. Okay, we got it. So just to go over it again, we're going to pull out, we're going to look at the situation, other people's energy toward the situation. We're going to look at your energy, and then at the end, well, after in the tarot portion, we're going to look at feelings, action taken, intentions, purpose of this, and advice or channeled messages too. When we talk about feelings, we're going to be looking at, like, you know, just the overall feeling, your feelings, other feelings. We're going to look at actions likely taken by you, by other people involved in the situation. We're going to look at the intention. So, you know, what your intentions are, other people's intentions are. If spirit has any intentions, that'll come through as well. And then we'll look at the purpose and, you know, see, like, as Cardi B says, what was the reason? And then, yeah, advice at the end of it. And if you are new here, just know that I like to try to give like actual advice and not just tell you, like, oh, choose the higher road, undepress yourself, anxiety is all in your head, just get over it. We don't do that here. Yeah, so let's get started. We're gonna take a look at the energy of the situation. This is a brand new deck. Actually, I should have, like, showed it off a little bit right before I started here. And this is called A Little Rain. Yeah, and it's one of the newer decks that I got. I really love this one. I'm not familiar with the cards at all. I didn't even really do, like, a full flip through. I do my own little, like, introduction process. So bear with me because I'm gonna go intuitively, based off of what I'm feeling from, you know, the energy of the card. Then we'll take a look at the book and, you know, just kind of, like, confirm the messages there about the situation at hand. Then we'll go ahead into the energy portions. Also, just to give you all a little bit of a warning, for the energy, we're going to be looking at the brutal, fucking honest ass truth of, like, what other people feel about the situation. Remember that this is, like, from their perspective, not necessarily the truth of the situation. We're going to look at all of the parts of it to see what the vibes are. So if you get offended easy, maybe just skip over that part. The deck can be a little bit on the offensive side, but, you know, I just wanted to get an honest read on how other people are seeing the situation as well. So let's get started. So my group number 2 was group number 2. Right, so I'm definitely picking up on an aspect of things are just being hidden from you. So bear with me because I'm going to try to get as much information as possible, but I'm already kind of getting the vibe that I might not get much. So we'll see. Come on. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. And it, like, hit me in the chest. I don't know if that was on camera or not. Okay, so this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. This deck is just, it's amazing. Seriously. We have, woof, never seen it before. Gonna do my best. I think it might be Cantuta. What I'm seeing here in the colors, oh gosh, there's a lot here about, like, maybe another person. For some of you, this is definitely romantic. If you're interested in group number 1, just know that that one's kind of, like, romantic, but it's got, like, heavy business aspects. So if you're looking for specifically love, I would say, like, this could potentially be the right group for you. Hmm. Something about this feels very divinely guided for sure. I'm looking at like the stars on either side and how like there's the star in the middle, and it just, like almost like if this is like the higher self of, each flower here and then just being connected here. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of pinks and reds and orange. So maybe this is regarding like taking action towards someone or towards something. For some of you, maybe you're in the middle of like a disagreement with, someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. I'm not picking up like that it's, strictly romantic. For some of you, this is definitely a platonic connection, or even like could be like maybe a sibling or something. Again, these are general readings, so take whatever resonates. Don't let the rest take from you. If it doesn't fit your situation, feel free to leave that message for someone else who might resonate with it. But for some of you, I'm seeing like there was a disagreement and it's kind of caused you to grow apart from someone. Mhm. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm picking up on, at least in terms of the situation, just off of my own intuition. So let's go ahead and look at the book. All right, letting go, forgiveness, yeah, unity. Let's see what we can see. Oh, this flower is linked to the Inca legend of two prosperous rival kings. Okay. After injuring each other in war, the two men passed their animosity onto their respective sons, who in turn fought unwillingly to their own deaths, just as their fathers had done before them. Instead of carrying the feud into the next generation and damning their heirs to the same end, the sons forgave the feud and died as friends. Their graves were built together as a symbol of unity in the area and as a reminder that bad blood only ends when you refuse to let it fester. Wow. Yeah, this holds cultural significance. Let's see, luck, prosperity, fortune. Um, but I'm also, yeah, this may be a sign that it's time to let go. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna definitely see. Remember, this is just looking at the situation, and so based off of what I can see here, for some of you, for sure, this is definitely in regards to like how to proceed in a certain connection with someone, um, due to just something that's gone awry, something not working out necessarily as planned. So we're going to look at other people's energy towards the situation. And again, this deck, it can be a little offensive. This is called the Rebel deck. And this is not your truth. So please only take it if it resonates. I'm hoping that we get a good laugh out of it, and I will be as supportive as possible regardless of what comes through. Okay, so let's take a look and see how are other people, what energy are other people giving to the situation. Ooh, shit is going down with your job. Okay, reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. Listen, y'all, I have to put that these are for entertainment purposes. And I would never tell you like just fucking quit your job and let the wind take you. Please make sure that if you are considering quitting a job that you have a solid plan on how to move forward. Or wow, yeah, fuck, shit is about to get real. Fuck, you need your people around you. Okay, are we gonna get one more? Yeah, let's get one more. This one. Please don't get scared. Okay, look, you are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. Okay. I'm going to rearrange those. Let's put this down. Sorry, y'all. We're still figuring out how we want, layouts and things to look. So how about we put these here just so I can kind of, yeah, there we go. Is it cute messy? I don't know. If you have Virgo placements, I apologize. I think I apologized already in another group for this. For Virgo placements. All right. It's good enough. You can see it, right? Here we go. Okay. So for some of you, I am saying that this could be related to, again, I don't know. I'm picking up like, it could be business. It could be, it could be so many things. But in regards to the situation, like, I mean, we're looking at other people's energy. It feels like other people are picking up that things are going to go like awry, or there's a shift. Like, it just feels like if there are multiple people involved in this, like maybe it's just like directly affecting two people, and then there's like an energy of like, multiple other people that could be potentially affected by whatever's happening here. It's likely that people have this impending sense of doom, maybe, in regards to this situation. If it's somebody that, like, I'm seeing, if it's a sibling or someone that like you constantly feud with, people are maybe afraid of like the fallout or the backlash. I'm sorry guys, I'm just gonna move over this light a little bit. There we go. But yeah, so people could be like sensing that there's tension between you and this person, and they're fearful of like, what the fallout might be. This could also be like, a bit of the other person's energy, or maybe if this is like, okay, sorry, y'all, bear with me, because I'm seeing a couple different things. Okay, so if this is in regards to like maybe somebody that you're interested in romantically, it could also be something where like maybe they're sensing that like, and maybe you've taken some time, and they're concerned that something is about to happen, like worried about, is stuff going down at work, or is shit getting real. Where were the back of these cards again? Yeah, reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. Fuck, you need your people around you. Yeah, you are loved, and you need your people around you. So gosh, there's so much coming through. I need like something to ground me really quick. Okay, and grab a little mooncake. There we go. Now I can breathe. Yeah, there's a certain anxiousness associated with the energy in this reading. Because, like, even, like, shit's going down, shit's about to get real, like, that's not typically, like, these cards, hold on, I'm gonna show you just so you can have a better idea, like, you were being shady, put the fucking phone down, like, there's also some good shit is about to happen, like, be fucking grateful, winning, like, so the fact that we have these two cards here, like, it gives me this, like, and maybe part of like one of your trauma responses is like catastrophizing things, and like, always thinking the worst is gonna happen, and maybe like some of the people that you're dealing with in this situation are also in that same energy. God, this is gonna mess me up. There we go. Just like, are we gonna die if we don't see that one unicorn? I don't think so. We'll be fine. We'll be all right. I'm supposed to pull more cards too. This is gonna be fun. And I think this message, you are loved, that's coming through, I feel like this is definitely coming from like a spirit guide, or maybe even like a past loved one, someone that like a spirit that I feel that and associate and trust, because like their energy is presenting itself here. And I'm really feeling like they're very calm, they're very gentle, very reassuring. Yeah, I'm seeing like a lot of gray, so definitely like, giving grandparent, type of energy, or maybe like, if you're older, it could be like a parent who's passed on. Yeah, they're coming in to remind you here that you are loved. So this energy here toward the situation, it just, again, it feels like impending doom. But I don't know if there's much basis for it. Change your perspective, reevaluate. Yeah, there's something here about like you needing to heal from this as well. This is just going based off of like what's coming through about this. I'm not seeing much in terms of like what other people are really feeling. It just feels like people are sensing that you're engaged in this, or the person that you're dealing with is also sensing that you're engaged in some issues here, and that you're being pulled elsewhere, and they're just feeling very uncertain about how to move forward or what they can do to support you even. Yeah. All right, so let's get your energy toward the situation. This is gonna be, we got another sparkly. You know me and my rainbows. We're gonna see your energy toward the situation. This is the prism oracle. Yeah. Ooh, We have caution, but it's in the reverse. I don't typically take this in the reverse, but because of how the message came through earlier, I'm gonna see. Let's see, spirit, mystery. A lot of this is being hidden from you. Let's get one more. Flow. Okay, a lot of this is being hidden from you, but I don't think that, like, your energy feels like you're trying to be cautious, but oh, fuck this. Just put them behind. Maybe I'll do like a cute little fast forward in here. I'm in. So in your current energy, it feels like your energy toward the situation with that caution in reverse, it feels like you're trying to be cautious, or like there's a certain level of, I'm not seeing so much anxiety. I mean, like, I'm feeling a lot of anxious energy, but it really feels like you're trying to be as cool-headed as possible. Like, we've got that caution, but it's like, maybe I don't need to be so cautious. Then we've got the mystery card, and so it feels like you're kind of accepting that, like, you don't really know what's gonna happen in this. And with the flow card finishing us out here, it feels like your energy toward the situation is like, you know, it is what it is. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Although for some of you, I'm picking up that, like, you're okay. Sorry. Take this as this resonates, and know that I mean this with the utmost love and respect for you as a person. But like, for some of y'all, this flow energy is like you're justifying your inaction by saying that you're just going with the flow. But again, take it if it resonates, and if it does resonate, know that I mean that with like the utmost love and respect for you. Like, I'll be doing the same thing. You are not alone. So if this energy resonates with you and your situation, then you have found the right place. If not, please feel free to click on another pile or another group. I've been trying not to say pile because I feel like it just, I don't know, it gives like pile of shit type of energy. And I don't feel great sometimes with it, so I'm trying to say group because it feels so much better to say group. You know, I'm gonna pull that book one more time. I just want to see, is there anything else that we missed on the card that we have that we got for you? Oh my god. Here. Prosperity can be found in unexpected places and in unexpected ways. Think of anything that might be holding you back. A toxic relationship, a bad friend, an abusive parent. It's time to free yourself of this baggage. It can be a tough decision, but you'll be better off without the dead weight. This card can also be a signal from the universe to slow down. You have possibly been going against the natural tide. Oh my gosh, isn't that so funny, y'all? Like, wait a minute. You were trying to be in this flow, but you're going against the tides. You're going against the tides. I mean, you're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. But yeah, trying to fight hard against the plan that life has for you. So I feel like you're being pulled in this direction already. And like with that mystery card, it's like it's like this push and pull. You're like, yes, I know I must. But then it's like spirit's like, okay, so do. Like, you said you must, so must. Or like, I don't know. Is it making any sense? If this resonates at all, please leave a comment. Also, I cannot like seriously ripple shuffle this deck for the life of me. Let's see, we're gonna at least, we're gonna try. I'm gonna sing a song. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. And I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh yeah, you get by with a little help from your friends. You do. So why are you not leaning on your friends? What's going on there? Okay. Yeah. All right. We're looking at feelings toward the situation. You're not going to your friends because Oh, wait, okay, hold on. This makes sense. I don't think you've actually confided in anyone for this. And that's why there's this, we had all that like shit's going down type of energy. Because maybe the people that you are associating with, they don't really know what's going on in this situation because you've not really been honest with them about like what's happening, what's affecting you. It feels like you can't trust them, and it feels like you're walking away from them, so to speak, or like maybe the people that you typically, oh gosh, listen, I'm your friend, I'm your friend now. If you don't know me, I'm your friend now. Like, my page is so small, I'm your friend now, okay? um because damn dude, this fucking sucks, and like I've been there and I know this feeling. And yeah, hold on, I shuffled the card back in, but like you are loved. Oh my god, this makes so much sense. Like I had love just pop out too. Where is it? You are loved. Like your people need you. It's because you've been living in this place of like not being so authentic. um am I not gonna find the card now? Yeah, like what just fucking gone with the wind? It's so gone, it's so gone. I got the take a fucking trip card. So good. I hope you're able to laugh at this with me because, like, you know, I mean, I know it's very painful, but I want this to be as lighthearted as possible in these moments. You can cry about it when you have some time to yourself and you're not trying to take in information about it. Or if you need some time, please feel free to pause it, come back to me at another time. This video will be here. Because I want you to feel the best way possible, but like it really feels like you're not living your most authentic self, or maybe like you weren't living your most authentic self up until this point. And so now you're realizing that like the people that are around you are not people that you can actually trust, or people that you can go to for advice on what you're seeing, because I'm seeing like them being dismissive. I'm seeing like maybe even poking fun at you in your situation. There's like a heavy masculine energy in here too, so like you know, maybe you're afraid that like your bros are gonna just like fucking dog you for whatever, you know, like having feelings. And like I'm sorry that that's a thing that even happens. There's so much in terms of like toxic masculinity. If you're someone that's struggling with like your gender identity, maybe it's, you know, like you're going through things that are regarding like transition, and it feels like, you know, the people that are around you are all like people who are cisgender, and they wouldn't understand as much as they maybe want to be like, you know, empathetic toward it. Or maybe for some of you, you're in situations where like people will not be as accepting of you if you open up and you come out about this energy. But yeah, like overall in terms of feelings, I'm seeing like it's a lot of this is your feelings. You're feeling like you have to be sneaky. You're feeling like you can't fully be honest about what's really weighing on your mind here. Like you're feeling like you need to walk away from this, and it's almost like you have this high priestess in the reverse to clarify this eight of cups. The eight of cups is walking away, it's letting go. And like you can see this person's got their back turned, like they were building this, you know, they were building up their cups and they were really working hard on, you know, getting the structure together. But you know, for whatever reasons they had, you know, they turned and they walked away from what they were building here. And so I see like, yeah, definitely coming back into your flower card in the beginning. I'm really seeing that, yeah, like you're you're feeling done. You're not finding joy in a lot of the same things. You're feeling very much like meh. Vibes are off. Vibes are off, right? Yeah. Vibes are feeling off. We'll dig deeper. Your intuition is trying to tell you stuff. Your intuition is still speaking to you. I'm seeing that for some of you here, maybe you feel that like you can't necessarily trust your intuition, but I think that you may be getting your intuitive thoughts confused with your anxious thoughts. And you know, there are a lot of people out there that will tell you some bullshit about like, oh, your mind manifests your reality, and so when you have so many anxious thoughts, you manifest an anxious reality. And like it's kind of bullshit to like put that on people, in my opinion. I mean, do we create our own realities? Yes. If we're constantly living in a heightened state of like anxiety or fight or flight or survival mode, are we liable to, you know, project that energy into our lives? Absolutely. But like to tell people like that you can't manifest better for yourself because you have anxious thoughts is like absolute bullshit. So like there's a lot here that's like we've got two swords cards, so a lot of this is mental energy, a lot of mental effort. And then with the cups, like a lot of emotions as well, and that high priestess even being connected to like the moon and the subconscious energy. Or is it the moon? No, I think it's, is it just Cancer energy? um Gosh, I'm probably wrong about that. I'm also feeling really doubtful in myself. Like I feel like I know information, but I'm feeling doubt and anxiety. And I think that a lot of the people that are around you are causing this energy to be placed on you. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing for feelings. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna just push this like over this way a little bit. And we'll take a look at actions likely taken. Is that 3? That's perfectly 3. Wow, okay. So we have the Empress, we have the 6 of Cups, and we have the Queen of Swords. Is that in the frame? Yeah. Okay, we're doing good. So let me just move it over a little. Okay. Allora. In terms of actions likely taken, there's an element of nurturing energy coming in through with coming through. Oh gosh, okay. Slow it down. Slow it down. I never lit an incense. I just went straight into it. Yeah. So much anxious energy around this reading. I'm not gonna light the incense, you know. I feel like that's also another thing. I feel like that's coming through here. Yeah, if you're trying to like be more spiritual or like get into more spiritual practice, like use what you have. And like, yeah, maybe you don't have access to, you know, like materials in other ways that people do, or maybe it's like not about not having access to resources, but it's just not having like the knowledge for it. I feel like spirit will open things up for you as you're ready for them. And not to say that like, you know, oh, because you don't have access to being able to buy herbs, you know, you can't do any like, you know, smoke cleanses or anything like that. But it's more about like what you need to cultivate within your own personal spiritual journey. And so if you have to be without, you can be without, and you don't need to, you know, put together ingredients into a jar or light a candle and, you know, write on bay leaves. If the most that you have is just you and yourself and your pure energy in that moment, and your desire that is stemming from a place that is you know, not wishing harm on anyone, but just wanting like the best possible outcome for everyone involved and around you, you can use that to manifest. You don't need to have, you know, like all the bells and whistles and things like that. You know, you can do the most with the least. And I'm feeling like that's also something that could be validated through work here for you. Again, like if this is something where it's a work situation, with all of that energy that we saw in terms of like feelings, it could be that like, you know, you're in a place where you're realizing that like maybe the company that you're working for, like the people that you signed on with, they don't have the same intentions as you, or maybe like people are dropping their masks around you and you're starting to see people who for who they really are. And you're like, wow, yeah, no, that's, you know, I like, that's not the kind of person that I want to be around. One thing I'm also hearing is that that's saying about like how you become like the 5 people that you are around the most. Excuse me. So I'm seeing that like you want this shift, and I feel like your soul family is there waiting for you. all you have to do is kind of like step into this place of authenticity. And so with that Empress energy, I see you nurturing yourself. For some of you, I'm seeing you reparenting yourself in terms of like inner child wounds, because we have the Empress, which is mother energy, and then the Six of Pentacles, we have the depiction with the children in it. And so yeah, I see you being focused on taking that action to, you know, again, give yourself that loving, that nurturing. For someone specifically, I'm seeing like a mother wound that needs to be healed, or maybe just healing toward feminine energies. If you are someone who represents in a feminine energy, this could be about healing your own feminine energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm also seeing that there could be some stuff here with like political views as well. So like maybe you know, in some of the recent conflicts that are going on, you kind of side more with one side of things, and you know, the people that you're associating with, they're associating with a side that you don't necessarily agree with. Your like views are misaligned, views and values are just, you know, not actually in alignment. And so I see with that Queen of Swords energy, the actions likely taken, I see that people are going to start to kind of push away from you and your energy field the more that you engage in this energy for yourself. Now, I want to say one of the major things though that I'm seeing is that this is still about you connecting with community, but it's giving like newfound community. I see you surrounding yourself with people that are more aligned with the way that you're meant to move forward. Again, like this is supposed to be like, you know, we're looking at like your feelings, other people's feelings. We're looking at, you know, like your likely actions taken, you know, as well as other people's actions that are likely taken. But this is giving me very self energy, like stark contrast from group number one, where we did see like there were multiple things that were happening, as well as like spirit throwing things in these aspects of the reading. But here I'm seeing like very clearly this feels like it is very situated around you. Yeah, shifting in perspective. I'm gonna actually, I haven't been pulling from the book for the tarot, but I'm gonna pull for this one, for the Queen of Swords. That's so crazy. I grabbed the book and it was open to the page. Oh my gosh, spooky. Let's see. Malice, bigotry, deceit. Yeah. Suggests familiarity with sorrow. I'm really, you know, like actions likely taken. I see you getting tired of this. I see you just being like so done. And ultimately choosing yourself. I mean, you know, is it the influence of the reading, or is it something that would have already kind of happened in its own way? I think this is, it feels like it's something that's just been coming. It feels like you've been in these cycles for a bit. Let's keep going. And we'll look at intentions now of the situation. So what are your intentions? And I think this is, you know, even though there aren't many other people involved here, like, I mean, I did see in the beginning we have like this conflict that you're feeling here, you know, with people around you and needing to kind of let go to make room for new. And so, you know, if nothing else, we're looking at your intentions just to help you gain a better understanding of what's going on within your own energy, because I think that's what you truly need. Yeah, I think that's what you need in this moment, is to just kind of see yourself clearly. What is this? Yeah. Oh, we had another one underneath here. Okay. How are we doing this? Okay. So we have the Knight of Swords. Let me pick this up a bit. We have the Three of Swords. Now we have the Six of Wands and in the upright, and we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So, hold on, let me Am I gonna do this? Yeah, you know what? Bear with me. And I'm actually gonna set this up in this way. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull the purpose at the same time. Yeah. I had a feeling. I'll get there. I'm sorry. I know I'm just like, yeah, like don't yell at the screen. I feel like some of you are like, well, say something. Just, one more. And when we'll look at, yeah, oh gosh, okay. We'll take that too. Am I gonna, all right. There's so much going on here. We'll just look at these. We'll talk about these real quick, and then we'll look at the bottom of the deck and see your big deck energy. So we have the Star, we have the Five of Wands, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, that guide of yours that I mentioned that's been sitting here very patiently, just kind of humming along, is coming through to tell you, before we even get through this here, that hold on. This energy is very sweet. For some of you, I'm seeing this is definitely a grandmother energy. I'm swaying back and forth. I feel like I'm being rocked. This is very soft, very sweet, very gentle. It smells cinnamon. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is a very beautiful energy, and they absolutely want me to make sure that you know that you are not alone in this, and that it's a situation. You've seen how this plays out 1,000 times before. What's different this time? I hear you asking. It's like you've analyzed this situation forward, backward, sideways, through and across dimensions. You have analyzed the situation, and you know how this has the potential to play out, because in the past this has played out in this one specific way about 1,000 times. You've seen it every way possible, and you can't see your way forward. So you're sitting here asking yourself, what's so different this time? What's different is you. It's you, my love. You're different. You are so much different than you were before. Just before you've come leaps and bounds from the person that you used to be. Don't give up faith, don't give up hope, don't stop losing that ability to reflect, because it's a superpower. And I think that you're the type of person that you will reflect so much that you will inevitably pick yourself apart. And I think that this cycle that's here is meant for you to break that. We'll get into the other cards here, but like, know that it's okay to reflect, but there's a difference between taking accountability and self-punishment. In the Five of Wands, I can see that, again, there's so much conflict that's happening here, and maybe there is going to be conflict that's going to ensue. Maybe there are some aspects of this that's unavoidable, but again, you're sitting here wondering what's so different this time. It always goes around and around, and the wheel just keeps turning, but you're different this time, and how you choose to respond is going to change everything for you. You have a whole connection of soul family on the other side waiting for you. You have people who are going to love and care for you and respect you in ways that you have never been loved and cared and respected. And I'm like just feeling that energy, that soothing energy from that spirit that is here for you. It's gonna be okay. And I know I'm just some person with some cards on a camera, and this is a recording, and like who am I for you to even really believe me, right? I mean, if you've been following me for a while, I want to, like, I know how you guys feel about me, and I love you so much. But if you're new here, or like if you're new to getting readings, and or just new to me, um, I know you got absolutely no reason to trust me, but like it's gonna be okay. We have this card in the upright. There's good luck and love and so much here for you. Now it is time. If you know, you know. If you don't, we're gonna learn. I like to call the bottom of the deck your big deck energy because it sets the tone for your reading. And so your big deck energy is the Knight of Cups. Oh my god, I did that with my eyes closed, so I didn't even see what was coming. It's the Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh, there's so much love and sweetness. And like the Knight of Cups is tender and like it's ooey gooey. And oh my gosh, I'm just like, I'm seeing like a warm cookie being pulled apart, but it's like a chewy, like gooey center cookie. Oh my gosh. It's so sweet. It's so ridiculously sweet. Like, this is timid energy. This is somebody who's coming in and they are very politely like, hi, here's my cup. Here's my love. Here's my heart. If this is for business, I'm sorry. I'm like, I know I keep pulling to love. It really feels like love, and I want to say, like, if this is about business, go see pile one, or group one. Oh my gosh, I can't, y'all. I can't. Yeah, go look at group number one. I'm also gonna. Can I? Oh, there we go. Oh my god, the whole time. Spirit said, just get that other crap out of here and focus on the cards. We got too much going on here for all that right now. Yeah, and you know what? We got a little blank space on the side here, so we'll put my little But yeah, so if this is business related for you, again, like if this is about leaving a job, there's something better on the other side for you. Like you're gonna be okay. If you're worried about finances, then just like slowly pull yourself back. Use your free time, your spare time, to start looking for other opportunities where you have the chance to really be your true authentic self. Look for places where you can exist in a space that feels right and safe and comfortable, where you feel that you could be supported in moving forward. Because when we look at the and oh my gosh, the intention of this, yeah. When we look at the intention of this and the purpose of this here, like this is meant to bring you into a state of being able to communicate your needs and your hurt and your fear in a way that you've never done before. This is allowing you to be in a space that is truly vulnerable, because I see that so much has changed for you, right? We mentioned that in the beginning. So much has changed for you. You're a completely different person. Maybe not so much a completely different person. For some of you, I'm feeling like you're just more aligned with what you feel in your heart. It's giving me the vibe of like, maybe you always thought that, like, if you love someone, you act like this toward them because that's just what you grew up in, and you thought that that was normal. And now you're realizing that, like, oh wow, that was actually kind of messed up, and like that's not a dynamic that I want to live in. Or maybe I've not been having so much success because I've been operating out of this place of like, thinking that the more someone had, I don't know, Spirit showing me like loud angry outbursts as a thing, like then that meant that there was love and passion and care. Like you gotta yell at me to know that, for me to know that like I'm needed and I'm wanted. And Spirit's really pushing you into a place of learning how to communicate this pain in a way that is not so chaotic. to be able to, yeah, to be able to embody this energy and come in sweetly and say like, hey, you know, I think I just need a little reassurance. I'm not feeling my best self today, you know, or something to that effect. Because I feel like the people that you're surrounded with, they don't necessarily understand that. And they grew up in the same stuff. So yeah, for some of you that resonate with like this being a family situation, like y'all grew up in the same family. I mean, we all have different experiences, and you know, coming from someone who my childhood compared to my siblings' childhood is something that I feel like is a very stark contrast, although we went through similar experiences. You know, and we went through experiences together, like, you know, very different experiences, you know, because we're different people and we experience things in different ways. But the core of this, you know, if you witnessed your parents, you know, constantly, I don't know, like maybe your dad was like super controlling, or your mom's like, you know, was always angry and yelling, and this is what you learned is like, you know, that's what love and relationships are supposed to be like. You know, the man's supposed to dominate and the woman's, you know, supposed to always cry out or whatever. And so you kind of just assume whatever role, rather than coming into this with like being vulnerable and saying, hey babe, you know what, like I was at work and XYZ happened and it really got me in my feels, and I don't really know, like I'm doubting myself, I'm doubting, you know, like if I can do this, you know, and just like really being able to communicate open and honestly and vulnerably to, you know, like your partner, or maybe it's your friends, you know. And I think that the people that are coming in for coming into your energy fields, again, it feels very much like the more you let go, the more room you have, and the more people will start to fill in. And I don't think that this is something of codependency here, because you know what, I didn't mention it in the beginning, but I do feel that like you're kind of a bit of a loner, more so because like we got like all of this energy of like you not really sharing with people like what's going on. And I feel like because you feel like you can't share, like a lot of that could also be that, you know, because you're used to just dealing with things on your own or by yourself. Maybe for some of you, like in your childhood, your parents were, you know, like people who were very like oppressive, and like whenever you had emotional outbursts, they like made you deal with it by yourself, like go to your room, rather than like, hey, let's talk about it, let's have an open, honest discussion. And I hope that doesn't make you feel bad about yourself. Like I wish I had a childhood where we talked about our feelings in that way. And I can hope to God, Allah, whoever, that none of my family are watching this right now in a way that they're seeing any of this, because, whoo, Lord, there'd be hell to pay. But I feel like you can resonate with that. Like, you know, there was just so much bullshit that was like put on you growing up, and yeah, it's kind of caused you to be in like not necessarily the best way when it comes to, you know, just existing as like a human being. So yeah, there's a lot of healing, and like we saw in the actions likely taken, I do see you being more proactive about healing these aspects of you. Because when we look at the intention of this, like spirit wants you to let go and have victory, like to release this stronghold that, like, look at how tightly this person, like, when I do money readings, this is somebody who is a frugal ass bitch, to say it kindly. Look at how tightly they're holding on to all that stuff. Spirit wants you to let go and to be able to receive this success. Like, look at how this person comes in with that Six of Wands energy. It's like recognition, riding in on your high horse. But it's not like you riding in on your high horse, because like there's something about you that is like so deeply compassionate and cares for like the well-being of others. And yeah, like spirit just doesn't want you to like face any more destruction and heartbreak. The purpose of this is to push you into that new place of growing, to help you with that transformation with the death card. Like I know the death card can be scary. It's not death. If you're new to tarot, please don't be afraid of this card. If you know tarot, then you already know. As soon as that death card came out, you were probably like, oh yeah, damn. The purpose of this, more transformation, more change again. um, but yeah, like, so this, it's, yeah, it can be a bit much. It can be a bit intense, but as long as you have community and you have people that get you and that are able to support you and you're able to reach out, like, you're gonna make it. You'll be all right. You gonna be all right. um this is also meant to be a roadblock for some of you. I'm seeing like something could have something could have happened that really threw you all the way off. Like, you were at the top of your game, or you were so sure of something, and all of a sudden, like, the chariot. um I usually give this example when it comes to like tarot. We have major arcana and minor arcana. And it's funny because like we had a little bit of major arcana come out. Like, these are really the first 22 cards of the tarot. And then the minor cards are the suited cards, so like, wands and pentacles and swords, cups. And so whenever we have like a high amount of major arcana, I always say that, like, there's shifts that are happening for external circumstances that are beyond your control, things that may have nothing to do with you but end up, like, being a chain of events that eventually ends up directly affecting you. It's very much like, the divine guiding. And we had a little bit, but when it comes to the purpose of this, we've got 3 major arcana out of 4. And so when we talk about the chariot energy in the reverse, like, this is roadblock energy, but rather than like an 8 of wands in reverse, which is like, you're gonna have to take a detour for like the next couple days, the chariot is like the whole entire road is closed because they're building a new bridge and it's not going to be open for like the next few months to maybe even years. And so that's not to say that, like, you can't obtain this, like, if this is, like, you wanting to, I mean, I'm not even really seeing like, in terms of forgiveness, like, from the first card that we have, I'm not sure that this is actually just about forgiveness. It feels like growth, it feels like healing. For some of you, I do feel like this is also being triggered by like another person that's in your life. So for some of you, like, it may be like someone who's giving like nemesis energy. So like, we did have that energy of like sibling feuds that came out in the beginning, or maybe like business partners kind of going, opposite directions. Or for some of you, this could be like, potential love interest. And maybe like one or both of you are operating out of fear right now and not wanting to like give too much to the situation. Yeah, there's like so much that I'm seeing here. For some of you, it's like just walking away from family to being able to open up more room for community. For some of you, I'm seeing like this is directly linked to like transitioning. If you're starting to understand yourself a little bit better and you're gaining the newfound terminology for how you're identifying, or how you wish to identify based on like what feels right internally, and wanting to open up yourself to that aspect, and invite more people that are like you, to kind of help with that, just like representation and things like that. So I'm seeing that, like, this was meant to kind of throw you off balance. It was kind of meant to, I say kind of, but it wasn't kind of. The purpose of this was to throw you off track, was to give you this roadblock, to force you to slow down and to heal this part of yourself that operates out of a place of lack of confidence. The Queen of Wands, I should have said it like 1,000 times ago, or 1,000 minutes ago. Excuse my language, but I like to refer to the queen cards as like bitches. And so the Queen of Wands, that's my bad bitch card. Like, that's some bad bitch energy. And so however you resonate, whether you're, you identify as masculine or feminine or non-binary, and nowhere along the, those lines, or everywhere on those lines, like, this is just bad bitch energy. This is somebody who is confident in themselves. They don't necessarily need a counterpart to rule. They're very independent. And not to say that you weren't in this energy before, but I'm feeling like it was born out of a state of maybe false confidence or fallacy. For some of you, I'm seeing like maybe even you use drinking as kind of like a crutch, or you know, smoking or partaking in, you know, other types of you know, party favors and that aspect to kind of compensate for the lack that you feel when it comes to needing the confidence. This is meant to put you in a space of deep healing so that you can make way to that vulnerability. Am I missing anything else? No. All right, I'm gonna pack this up, and then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grab a different deck to get some advice on how you should move forward. Again, remember, like, you are the author of your own story. You choose to live your life how you think is best for you. You could choose to walk away from this reading and not listen to a damn thing that I had to say. And, you know, I'd be none the wiser. This is always such an ugly shuffle this way, but, like, I don't want to bend them too much, because then I'm afraid that, like, the foil is gonna, like, start cracking or something. I don't know. We'll just put it away. Just put it away, Phoenix. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Oh yeah, make your own choices. Do whatever the fuck you want in your life. If it's gonna make you happy, fucking do it. But, like, you know, within reason. Don't go, you know, ape shit and then go tell people like, oh, this crazy person on YouTube told me to do this. Be safe. Make good choices. Do no harm, take no shit. But do no harm, for the love of God. Alright, let's get you some. Actually, I'm gonna, yeah. This deck has, like, quite a bit of energy in it. Do you guys want to talk? Let's have a little conversation while I reset the energy of these cards. Is there anything else, Spirit? Anything I'm missing? Rain. We have the King of Wands. Wow, okay. We have the King of Wands and we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is in the reverse position. Let's put them right up there. Alright, fine. We'll take it. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. If you're familiar with tarot, I'm pretty sure there's already some messages screaming out that you hear. What is this? Which way do we put these? That's all a blockage. That's all a blockage. All right. This is, we asked for advice. We were supposed to be getting advice. The advice is don't give up on your dreams. That's it. That's your reading. Good night. Because what the heck is all this? Y'all got guides that are connected to mine, so I don't know. For some of you guys, I'm sensing that you're part of, like, people that are close to me. Because I feel like I'm being held hostage by these energies. They're like, no, you're going to give this message. This is what I like about having a small audience, because I feel like I can get away with stuff like this. Like, if there were thousands of people watching this, I feel like people would just be like, what? I don't understand. What is even happening? Or maybe they would just get the benefit. Maybe they would just get the benefit. Who knows? I don't know. Oh my God. Chaos. If you're my friend, you won't judge me. This reading has gone on for almost an hour, guys. Oh my God. All right. I don't want to take these cards as a blockage, but we'll talk about them as a blockage, and then we're going to put them in the upright position. So starting off, we have the King and Queen of Wands. So something about this connection, for going back to those of you who resonate with this as, like, you know, love interest, or, you know, someone that you just want to maybe get closer to, or someone who you are already romantically involved with. There is an imbalance here. There's a severe imbalance. It feels like the feminine energy is a little bit imbalanced. But I'm not, like, Gosh, I'm picking up on like so many different things. I feel like I'm struggling to articulate a little bit. Um, yeah, I say that and then every time it just fucking comes out. So there's something imbalanced here. Someone is sitting in more of a feminine energy when they should be taking more of a masculine energy. And I feel like whoever is in the masculine energy is kind of at a standstill and is not really pouring much into the situation. So yeah, take that how it resonates for you and your situation. I feel like this can also resonate in multiple ways. In terms of like a business partner, maybe one of you is like the person who, makes the decisions more, and the other one is kind of like, the follow through. Or maybe you guys both have a blend of this and you go back and forth. It's going to be different for everyone in terms of the situation, but your advice is to understand that you're setting up foundations here with that Four of Pentacles. Wow. Four of Wands. That Four of Wands energy, I'm seeing that this is a soul connection. So again, like could be soul brother, soul sister, sibling, soul family, soul friend, soul mate, life partner. You're building solid foundations around this. There's joy and happiness and celebration. There's new life. There's new creation, creative life force. Yeah, there's a lot of like the reds and oranges and stuff like that. So I'm seeing like a lot of the lower chakras being activated, the sacral, the root, the solar plex. This is about forward movement and inspired action. Cause like you're literally, we got Wands energy just dominating like in here. It's so crazy. This is all in the name of setting up foundations. And so do what you need to, see how people can fit into your life. And I know that it can kind of feel like a bit of a messed up way to look at it, especially when you come from a place of like feeling like you're responsible for other people's feelings and actions, and like you have to be the one to like maintain oh gosh, I just saw like 1 and then 22 on the timer. So like yeah, and fight like having this hypersensitive individuality or autonomy because of the amount of people that needed you in the past, and feeling like maybe you had to sacrifice your autonomy because of these situations, and so it kind of put you in a place of not really being able to like set yourself up in the way that you wanted to in life. And so I feel like, find where people fit in your life. So if like this person, they're not really great at offering you, advice when it comes to like a certain topic. But when you really need someone to kind of come through and like, do a practical task, or you need help with that, you can rely on them for that. Learn to take people for who they are, where they are, what they are. And how they are. With a Mother of Swords in the reverse, like again, this is the Queen of Swords in reverse. We had that come out in the beginning of your reading, and when we first started with tarot. And so I'm seeing again here, it's about shifting your perspective and not operating from a place that's so rigid. That Moon in the reverse too is like, telling me that there is a touch of like needing to have a realistic output and what's going on here. So now in terms of these cards that came out as a blockage, we have the Five of Wands. Again, more Wands energy. We have the Hierophant, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. I can see here that a lot of this is going to be like just inner conflict that you're going to have to move through as well. And so I would recommend putting yourself, yeah. I'm saying that there's an element here of vision board. And I think as you start taking elements and creating this vision board should be like, hold on, before I start talking about my ass. Ooh. The Empress. Yeah, this should be around healing and having fun. So what does fun look like to you? What does commitment look like to you? Vision board your best life. Don't get too caught up in like the perfectionism behind it. collaborate with other people. For some of you, I'm seeing like maybe this is about reaching out like through like social media, maybe like joining a Facebook group, or maybe there's like a group meeting that happens, like, you know, something about connectedness and not allowing yourself to be so disconnected. Find people who are like you that you can connect with, outside of work. Yeah, the Chariot in the reverse again. Be strong. Yeah. I'm like, oh, just be strong. Just be strong. No, not just be strong. You've been doing it. What do you really need me to tell you? And in this moment, you've been doing the work. It feels like you're just being hesitant, like, you know, at this point you're hesitating. You see very clearly. I think you're still worried that you're operating out of this place um that is, you know, not like, or not in alignment with your true self. But it seems like, you know, you're doing your best, and I think you're just, yeah, in that beginning we had, remember we had that card, the whole flow and fighting the flow, and, you know, inaction. So this is really, we had all those lower chakra energies being represented by those colors and those cards. I'm seeing here like you're meant to take action. You're meant to be proactive about connecting yourself to people who um people who get you, and, you know, making room in your life for that. So start saying no to certain things. If, you know, you're always supposed to go to so and so's house on this day at this time for this thing, but really you'd much rather be doing something else, do something else. And if it's gonna cause so much of a problem, maybe just, hey, just this weekend I'm gonna not do it, you know, like, or just this once I'm gonna, you know, I want to do something different with my time and my effort and my energy. Um, and to allow you to make room for this. If this is work, you know, like if you always like have drinks with your work buddies, you know, like on a certain day or something like that, but you want that time to really be able to put into looking for a new job or something to that effect, or researching schools to, you know, maybe go back to school and you know, get a different, you know, get another degree or something, you know, like do that. You know, wherever you can find places to cut time for yourself and to be able to put yourself in places where you know that you're going to be supported. I feel like, you know, you're divinely blessed in this way. We had that Wheel of Fortune card that came out in the upright. Remember that message from your angel guide here, about having hope, having faith with the star. Yeah, the star and the Wheel of Fortune, both in the upright. All right, I'm gonna close you out with this card here. Let me bring my pretty stuff back in here now that we only have one card. Too much. Blink. It's okay. That's also a desert rose. That's one of my favorites. She's part of a pair. We have Aqua Aura Quartz. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I got no fucking idea what this crystal is. Let's go numerology first. So in the number 6, I can see like it's very simple, it's simplistic, it's giving minimalist, it's giving harmony, it's giving balance, it's giving unconditional love. I'm seeing unconditional platonic love. I'm seeing agape. In some cases eros, but harmony and balance and love. I'm seeing a lot of communication. Yeah, we've got like yellows and oranges again. This is like more action. Or I feel like the root chakra is more about like the stewing that comes, than the solar plex and the sacral, are where you're really taking energy from, or you're really putting energy toward. So I do see you charging in. For some of you, this is about communicating, For some of you, it's about communicating boundaries, you know, like again, where if you're separating yourself from people, it's about just really putting your foot down and communicating boundaries. If this is about, you know, connecting with someone that you really love and care about, and you want to pursue, then I see this as being, you know, like the charge forward and communicating with that aqua aura quartz. It's aura quartz because it has the rainbow coating on it, and so I feel like, I mean, some of y'all are gay. Some of y'all are gay. I mean, like, you came to the right channel. We're all a little queer here. But yeah. Besides the obvious rainbow, I'm seeing that there's an element here, yeah, of like you really being divinely guided. Let me pull up a guidebook for this damn deck. If I could find it, I found it. And let's see what the book has to say, because I was gonna say I don't know what I'm talking about, but we're in a new place. It's giving. I'm not gonna talk about myself like that. I'm not talking about my friend that way. I'm not gonna talk about myself like that. We've got connecting to infinite potential, a renewed sense of purpose. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear me slamming. I'm so excited for you guys. You know, I'm gonna just open it this way, and then this way, if you guys want to pause it, you can pause it. Feel free to screenshot it so you can read the whole thing. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna touch on a couple bullet points. So yeah, wonder and awe. I absolutely love that for you. The Earth is only one planet within a solar system, within a massive galaxy that itself is a mere speck within a vast universe. How awesome it is to recognize the power we all have when we choose to see ourselves as part of this incredible creation. And when we tap into the universal consciousness that continually generates love and guides us with the wisdom of ages. I absolutely love that. Like, you are divinely guided, and I think that you need to trust yourself a little bit more. We had that High Priestess card that came out in the reverse. Damn, y'all, this reading is so long. Oh my god. And then literally, like, the timer is now 11111. We gotta cut it. Believe in magic. Believe in the power of love to find its way to you no matter how dark the hour, for love is everywhere and you have not been forgotten. Oh my gosh, yeah. Soulmates somehow find each other. Friends and lovers show up in the most unexpected places, and love makes itself known just as you are beginning to doubt that it is out there for you. Yes, become childlike with wonder. This is literally validating your entire reading. As long as you are on this earth and in this body, you will always need to pay your bills and feed your belly. Magic happens when you align with the flow of abundance. There goes that word again, flow. I absolutely love this. Meditating with aqua aura quartz. It's like, ooh, it soothes the emotions and seems to be on some level feeling sacred, bringing in a feeling of attunement to the upper realms. Oh my gosh, yes. You are so divinely guided. Oh look, there's also Jimmy Stewart in A Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. So yeah, maybe if you want to watch that movie, take that one. Ooh. Yes, I am listening and I love you to there and back. That is so nice. So much is waiting for you. Remember, there was so much about this that's being hidden from you. So I feel like, I know maybe you came here for like, what are the vibes of the situation, but it turned into like an internal look. Which, you know what, sometimes that's just what we need. We need to look at ourselves and we need to be able to trust that we can make the right decisions moving forward. And I think that you've come a long way. So what are the vibes? Vibes are a bit odd, but it's a giving. You can do this. You can do this. You've done so much. You've accomplished so much more. Like, this is really nothing for you, right? But you knew that. You didn't need me to tell you this. Anyway, I'm gonna cap you there because this is entirely way too long. I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch all of this. This was so ridiculously long. I don't know if you watched it all the way to the end. Like, I don't know, drop me some signs of life in my comments, or just, you know, pop a little like or whatever. And as always, know that you are loved. You are loved, and you are so worthy of love. So be well, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.
Hello, sunrays and moonbeams. For those of you who chose the selenite sphere and the modern love tarot, this is going to be a reading. All right, so first things first, let's put your crystal. Oh, yes, just like that. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna move your tarot deck out of the way because we're gonna use that for like the nitty gritty. What do I mean by the nitty gritty? Let's take a look. So we are going to be looking at some oracle cards to determine the situation, your energy, other people's energy towards the situation. And then after that, we'll use tarot. We're going to look at feelings, actions likely taken, intentions, purpose of this, and advice and channeled messages, maybe. Now, listen, full warning. It's not even the same day that I did the other readings. And stuff got crazy. It's been so long since I've done these, and honestly, I just wanted the energy to be as honest and natural and truthful. Um, and I'm just, honestly, y'all, I'm going with the flow, and the flow been going. These readings have not been at all like anything that I expected them to be. So yeah, we'll see what comes through. Um, Again, this is the part of the reading that you're going to check in with yourself and your situation and see if the energy resonates. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense, remember, if it don't apply, let it fly. And pick a different group. Each of the groups have been kind of different. There's been maybe like one similarity between them, but yeah, I want to say, okay. I went to grab the deck and we're already getting messages. And this is not even from the deck that I'm using for the first part of your reading, but you know what? Let's do it. We're going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. So the first card that we have here is Get in Your Heart, It Misses You. Get the fuck out of your head. Also, I probably should have started with the warning. These cards, this is the Rebel deck, and they can be a little bit on the offensive side. We're supposed to be using these cards to get like other people's energy toward the situation. So for some of you, I feel like there's a guide that's just making themselves present and like, hey, by the way, get the fuck out of your head and get into your heart. It misses you. Okay, we'll leave that right over here. So let's start the way that I was going to start this reading by getting one of these. This is one of the newer decks that I bought. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I mentioned that I placed an order for new oracle cards. Because I've been realizing I'm heavy on the tarot, and not so many oracles. And I want to get more into like, seeing, I don't know, just it's a season. It's a season. So this deck is called A Little Rain, and I absolutely love it. Each of the cards have flowers on them on the front. And I'm not familiar with the deck at all. Honestly, this is my first time using it in a reading, and I probably pulled maybe one card for myself. So I will be using the book. Is this the one? Yes. Oh, sunflower. I love that. I'm also like, I was watching back on the last readings, and I was not paying attention to the camera angles, and some of the cards are getting cut off, but I'm hoping that this is a better angle for y'all. So anyway, we'll see. Sunflower. For some of you guys, sunflower can be a sign or a symbol. I'm feeling very strongly, even like from a passed on person. So yes, this feels very much like all the confirmation that you need to know that this is your group. However, let's go ahead and channel a little bit. Wait, hold on. Y'all, honestly, it was going to be something. It was going to be something. I thought my baby fell off the bed. She did not. I would not be laughing if she did. It was my cat jumping from something. But like the thump already, like I'm talking about an entity being in my space coming through for you, and then all of a sudden there's like a loud thump from my room. Y'all, strange things have been happening. If you're curious, if you have time, you should definitely watch some the other two groups because whew, it's kind of freaky. It's freaking me out. Um what a way to come back. All right. So for some of you there is someone Oh my god, I gotta get the giggles out. Ooh, I'm okay. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. For some of you, you have a past loved one, and sunflowers were a signal. I'm definitely seeing, in terms of your situation, that there's a need here for you to um, connect with something that is. It feels like it's in the growing stages. Yeah, summer could be significant. I'm seeing August for some reason too. Hmm. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the book. Instead of me just going on and on and on. I'd be here for a long time just channeling off of this. So let's go. Sunflower. We've got healing, goodwill, light. Aligning with their name, sunflowers are bright yellow flowers that always turn toward the sun. Native Americans, excuse me, First Nations people popularized the use of these flowers by creating natural dyes and pigments from the petals. They are also used as a cure for malaria and treatment for smallpox. I did not know that. Hmm. Draw inspiration from the sunflower. If where you're standing right now isn't serving you best, pivot. Give yourself a better vantage point. Hmm. If you are in conflict with someone, this card advises you to take the higher ground and react with kindness. No matter how toxic your foundations are, you are capable of transforming something terrible into something beautiful. I absolutely love that energy. It's definitely giving like that Plutonian energy that we're all kind of experiencing collectively. I feel like yeah, it's been a going thing. I'm gonna flip this over just in case. We've got get in your heart, it misses you. Yeah, for some of you, this is a situation that's involving another person that is not feeling very nice toward you. So again, we're gonna go now to really tap in to other people's energy around the situation. These cards can get offensive. Remember that this is just from their perspective. This doesn't mean that it's, the truth of whatever it is that you're going through. Okay. You need a big fucking hug. Squeeze. Then drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, throw some shit out, detox. All right. There's a lot going on here. Some of y'all are dealing with like a very hot and cold energy. It feels like it could just be conflict with like a specific person. And it's giving love hate because like you need a big fucking hug, but then also like unfriend that asshole. Um, hmm If this is your group, I feel like you would know by now. Um, let's get your energy toward the situation now. This is the Prism Oracle. We got 4. We'll take them. Yep. Let's do it. The first card we have is energy. We have sadness, growth, and how the fuck am I gonna put it? Rejection. This is pissing me off. Hold on, guys. Let's do this way. We'll put the pretty card on top. We'll just remember that there's other cards there. How's that? What order did we do this in? I made it worse. I don't think I prepped this angle for all of this to be happening in here. Here we go. Okay. So your energy toward the situation, it's giving energy. It's giving, I feel, toward the situation. On a more serious note, I'm seeing that you are not maybe, I don't think you want to be putting energy into this. I don't think that you want to engage in this. I feel like it makes you feel crappy.
it makes you feel less than. It's not, it's like pushing you in a place that, into a place in an energy that you don't necessarily want to live in. And you understand that it's for your growth, but like it's giving, keep that shit away from me. So yeah, if that sounds like your situation, let's go ahead and get into the tarot. So I'm gonna just pack these up really quickly. I knew there was gonna be one group that had to do with conflict. Sunflower is telling me to keep this out here up at the top, so I'm gonna do that. I did not do that for the other groups, but for y'all's it's special. And you know what's funny? Not funny, but what's interesting is that you guys picked the modern love tarot, and so like, yeah, I'm definitely picking up on a lot of like a lot of different ways that this could manifest, but this does feel very much centered around like conflict or wanting conflict resolution or just advice on how to proceed forward in the way that's like best for not just you but this person too. So some of you could be very empathetic, some of you could be empaths. So let's go ahead and take a look at feelings. We'll see your feelings, other people's feelings, other parties' feelings. We have Temperance. We have the Empress. That's two major arcana. Oh. And the Star in the reverse. That's three major arcana. If you're not familiar with tarot, whenever we have more than one major arcana, which is basically just um, the first 22 cards of tarot. I'll get there. I'll get there. It's through experience that we figure and learn. I'm gonna move this over. It's holding my light up. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw how I had that light set up, and yeah, it'll work. It'll work. We'll figure it out. We'll get decorations, and it'll come with time. Oh my gosh! For some reason, I like looked at my phone and I thought I was not recording, but I am. Interesting. Um, so being that these are three major arcana, I feel that there's a lot that's happening on the divine level, on the 5D. If you vibe with that, if you believe, um, and alternate dimensions and cool stuff like that. But yeah, I'm seeing that there's a lot happening on the 5D when it comes to your situation, and so in the feelings aspect, it feels like you're just craving peace, you're craving balance. Um, you're in this Empress energy, and so there is love and compassion, and we've even got the Venus symbol here. Um, the Empress is the mother. You can see that she's pregnant here, and then we've got this little family and their baby here. They're making some stuff together, and so there's a very paternal type of energy that's happening here. And with the Star in the reverse, like we've even got these two people that are laying here, and they're staring into the sky, um and looking at constellations. Cassiopeia. hmm um yeah, you're giving off like a very nurturing feeling. Going back to like the whole thing of growth, and I think it's interesting. We got the growth card, and we had like, I mean, flower energy from this a little rain, um, and so it feels like your heart just wants to do the right thing, um, but you're just unsure of what the right thing is, and you're losing faith and you're losing hope in being the bigger person, or um, walking away. It feels very much like, I would say like there's a lot of mental energy that's being put into this as well. Yeah. but a lot of your feelings are driven by like passion and stability and the desire for stability. And um I'm not necessarily picking up on like if this is romantic or not. This could be platonic, it could be like, you know, business partner type of situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, or in a romantic setting. It could, you know, it could be family. You know, I'm just seeing overall, you know, like the desire for like closeness and love. And it feels very much like you just want everybody to love everybody and shut the fuck up. Honestly, like it's a vibe. It's a vibe. I mean, we did have, right, like you need a big fucking hug and then it's just squeeze. You just want to wrap everybody up and squeeze them and tell them to snap out of it, come to their senses. All right, what are we doing next? We're looking at actions likely taken. So these will be your actions, people around you, or people involved in the situation, their actions. This was 3 cards that just fell out here. So yeah, let's take a look. There were 2 cards, 3 more cards that fell off to the side. Is this the intentions? You know what? Yeah, I think this is your intentions. So we'll leave this on the side and I'll just plop the deck over further out. Okay. So we've got the Chariot in the reverse. There's another major arcana. We have the King of Wands, and then oh, can you even see him? Yeah, yeah. We'll just put them right on top. And then we have the Ace of Cups. And so, in terms of actions likely taken, I see that in the very near future, not much is happening. With the Chariot in the reverse, everyone's pulled back. Nobody's moving forward. Nobody's like it. This is it's big roadblock energy. And like not just, oh, it's temporary, the road might be open tomorrow because they're just doing some light patchwork. Like no, they're ripping up the whole entire road and we gotta take an alternate route for like at least a month before this work is done type of roadblock. um so I'm not seeing much in terms of, you know, near future, of anybody really doing much in terms of taking action on this situation. It feels like it's giving me the energy of needing to cool off with that King of Wands energy. Um, excuse me. Uh, so overall, oh my God, I'm like just hey. um, Overall, what I'm seeing is this element here of um yeah, people wanting to maybe cool off. Like the King of Wands, there's more fire energy that's coming through, like more passionate energy. um and so it feels like it's, you know, like the King of Wands can be someone who can be like, oh my God, can I speak? Where's my amplifier? Here, it's in the corner. Ooh, woosah. It feels like people can get so wrapped up in their own energy in this situation and their own feelings and their own anger. And the King of Wands is an archetype of someone who can be very hot headed. Like if this card were in the reverse, it would be very volatile, like when it comes to an angry person. Like, so I'm seeing that there's potential for that. Yet, when we have the King of Wands in the upright, we get someone who is, you know, passionate, but in a tempered way. Ooh, not me dropping the Chariot all the way on the floor. Um, oh, I have a mic so I can keep talking and reach for the card, and you guys won't even miss a beat. That is so perfect. So anyway, like I was saying, when we have the King of Wands in that upright position, we have that person that also can see the bigger picture. They can see all the moving parts, and like even if you think about their vantage point, like it's giving Pride Parade energy. You know, like with a rainbow beard and kind of like standing out in this jeep with the staff and whatnot. And so we think about like someone riding on a float, you know, like at a parade, like they have a higher vantage point, right? So I'm seeing this as taking ooh, taking this roadblock time, this pause to really get into that King of Wands upright energy. It feels like it's a collective energy, if I'm being honest, because we have the Ace of Cups after that, which tells me that there will be an opportunity for you to reconnect with this person or these people, or you know, parties involved in the situation. And when you do have that chance to reconnect, uh, there may be like a new offer. the Ace of Cups tells me that there's like this is a promise, or it could be an opportunity, but it's more of like an opportunity for emotional connection, or it could be like a friendship offer, or an offer of love, an offer to take things deeper or to the next level. Again, take these messages how they resonate. If they, if it don't apply, let it fly. But that's what I'm seeing in terms of actions, taken um, in the near to far future, um, regarding this specific situation. So now we're gonna look at intentions. Let me just peek at my notes. Yes, intentions. And we had these three cards come out. Which way? This one first or this one? Let's go this one. We have the Death card, more major arcana, yeah. The Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So yeah, for some of you this might be like around business or business partner. For some of you this is about family specifically, and I only say that because we've got a lot of pentacle energy that's coming through. um mhm. For some of you this could even be like someone that you're looking to build a family with, maybe. And you're just having a hard time establishing things, and you're kind of like in the middle of a conflict that feels like it's a make or break type of thing. For some of you, I'm feeling that you might be just a little bit wrapped up in overthinking. But again, take it how it resonates. um yeah, we're I'm not gonna I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. um so we've got the Death card. Speaking of death, um I'm really seeing that the intention of this is to bring you into further into that Plutonian energy. The Death card is associated with that. We've got rebirth. If you think about, the skull here and all the butterflies kind of coming out and taking over this person that's here. Um, the intention of this is for the divine to give you a chance to transform your energy, your thought patterns. The Death card is an overall transformation. It's the death of the old self. And so again, for everyone it's going to be a little different. um, but for some of you it's old thought patterns of maybe believing that you're not good enough, or believing that if this and this happens then it has to mean this. Seeing things from a different perspective. um, Again, seeing yourself in a different perspective. uh, it could even be like shaking old habits. Maybe you've been engaging in behaviors that are not necessarily helpful to where you want to go in life. And so the divine, there's an element here with that Death card and the major arcana energy coming through, of the divine intending to bring you into this place of really looking at yourself in a different way. um, the energy that you're giving based off of like what we saw from the current energy of the situation, it's giving like you're managing this very um I hate saying like you're doing good or bad. I'm kind of trying to break away from that, but like you're doing a good fucking job. Like take that if nobody's told you that. Because when we're embarking on this healing journey too, it can be a really lonely process, and like the people who know us and have grown with us from up until this point of healing, a lot of times can't help to validate us in that way. And not that we should be looking for other people's validation for how we're doing in our own healing journey, but depending on how deep you are, um, it can be really hard to pull yourself out, and to get out of the that dark night of the soul energy when you really start reflecting and looking at yourself. um, Looking at further into the intention of this with that Four of Pentacles energy is to push you into a place of letting go. You've been maybe holding on too tightly to the rigidity of some of your patterns and things like that. um, Maybe it's just been a long time. For some of you, I'm getting like you've been doing this for a while, and it's a hard break. And if the it's for some of you, if it's about highlighting certain habits, then there are things that like maybe it's like smoking cigarettes or something, and you've been smoking cigarettes for like 15 years. And like this conflict with this person is maybe about like something to do with your health, and they're like, you need a big fucking hug, you got to detox. Oh my god, yeah, you got it right. That was our first, or one of our cards. Do I really need to pull it out of the deck again? Detox, right? drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. Yeah. So for some of you, it's time to let go of maybe some old things that you're holding on to as well. That death card again with the transformation, transforming your living space. Maybe the way that your apartment or house is set up is not a way that's necessarily conducive to the lifestyle that you live, and being able to provide you with efficiency. Maybe you're using oh, my living space should look like this, and it's wrong to have like this type of appliance in this space because this is supposed to be for this. Like it's giving like breaking away of like all of that rigidity that comes with that Four of Pentacles energy. And shaking you up a bit. Maybe you're someone who, with that Ten of Pentacles, maybe you're somebody who works like so much, but maybe your workspace is not conducive to like the lifestyle that you need to be able to be more productive and more efficient. Maybe your living space doesn't reflect a place of being able to balance both. So this is really pushing you to um, look at things on just with new eyes. That Ten of Pentacles energy for some of you, if this is regarding like career and business, that Ten of Pentacles, baby, that's money, honey. Um, the Ten of Pentacles is wealth. Um, it's abundance. It could be abundance in multiple areas, but again, because we did have that overflow of Pentacle energy, I would be remiss to not mention that it could very well be like a lot of stability in financial aspects. I want to also note that the Four of Pentacles in the upright can represent things like being really frugal in certain areas, or just frugal with everything. It's like you're holding on to your coin and you're keeping it close. Um, and so maybe it's letting go of like this. Um, for some of you, this lack mentality, and stepping into an energy of abundance and claiming that abundance, or realizing the abundance that you have around you to manifest more abundance on top of that. um, but yeah, that Ten of Pentacles, it could also be inheritance. So maybe for some of you guys, you're going to be receiving money. And the intention of this situation is to, again, kind of turn you around and put you in a place that sets you up to be able to receive all of this. And for some of you that resonate on the side of like this conflict is something where I should be letting the person go rather than putting work in. It maybe you had to let that person go because the blessings you're about to receive are not meant for you to share with them. um like there's so many different things that I'm seeing in this, but there's definitely that a big energy of abundance. I want to see, do I have access to, no I don't, so I'm gonna just take it for what it is and I'm gonna say we're not gonna do it. I was gonna grab the book, but it's fine. Let's keep going because I do need to pull some more cards. um we had two cards that kind of stayed under. This is the purpose of the connection. We're gonna put them back in. I will say though that it was, gosh, all right, side quest. We're taking a quick side quest. I have the Sun in the reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and I have the Two of Cups in the upright. So take this if it resonates, only for those of you where this is representing like a relationship with a person that you're looking to invest more time and effort and energy with, and you're not quite sure how to overcome this. I would say that it looks like there's a lot that's happening. Mm, there's a lot that's happening on both ends of the spectrum. There's a lot that's going on that you're not aware of. Um, and maybe now is just not the right time. For some of you, maybe try again in 2 months. Okay, let's see the purpose of this situation. I feel like we kind of went into that with like the intentions, but we're gonna look a little bit broader. All right. And it's the moment that you all have been waiting for. We're going to look at the bottom of the deck to see your big deck energy. If you have not been following me for a while, if you're new here, I like to call the bottom of the deck your big deck energy because it sets the tone for your reading. And your big deck energy is the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So what I want to say about this is the purpose of this connection is to really get you in that space of being the person that you are meant to be, um and there's something coming through about your your exterior persona matching who you truly are within, because I'm feeling like you've had a lot of situations in life that have put you in a place of misdirection, disillusionment. You've operated out of some places, some really dark places, based on your past experiences. And the purpose of this is to really help you to settle into this new outlook on life type of energy. A page of swords in the upright position tells me that you're meant to be looking at life with a fresh set of eyes, regardless of what your age is, regardless of what you've been through, regardless of anything really. The pages in tarot are like the youngest. When we look at the court cards, we have the page, the knight, the queen, and then the king. And so when we think about it on levels, it's like pages are the beginners and knights are kind of intermediate or novice, actually, novice to intermediate, and then like expert level with the king energy. So, and this also comes regardless of gender. I'm sure it goes without saying. Y'all know where you're at. Y'all know who I am. If you don't know who I am, my name is Phoenix. Um, well, gender is what is gender? What even is gender? You can't convince me that it's a thing. Um, so going back to the page of swords, it's beginner energy, and with that swords energy that's coming through, the element of air and intellect and communication and perspective, you're meant to be looking at things almost with like a beginner set of eyes. um a beginner energy, like some of you going back to, like really healing your inner child. Maybe some of you have taken a break from inner child healing, or maybe you don't get too much time in your day to really focus on healing that inner child. And so this is urging you to take more time, especially because we've had all this roadblock energy. Remember how I mentioned that that chariot, that's going to be a while, it's going to take some time. And for some of you, again, like we had that specific timing that came out like 2 months, which, like, think about it. If you had to take a different route to work for 2 months, like because of some construction, like, oh my god, if you drive on Route 80, come on. Oh my god. um anyway, back to the reading. um the timing is going to be different for everybody. Remember, it's a general reading. I'm not going to sit here and tell you definitely 2 months. For some of y'all, you're going to come back to me like, oh my god, it was 2 months almost to the day. And some of y'all will be like, yeah, it was 6 fucking years. I'm being dramatic, but who knows? I don't know who's watching. It's going to take some time. So, carve out time for this. Carve out time to be in this place and to, really connect with that youthful, almost like a naivete. We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and this tells me that there's just so much that's happening in terms of you seeing things. I feel like maybe, you're seeing things clearer, now that you're able to be in a place of like matching that, inner you to the outer you. Um, and listen, again, regardless of age, because I like, if you're older, you'll understand, like, things were just different. Things were different, and not to say that like any behavior is excusable because of that, but like the amount of times that we say shit like, man, it was the 80s, or man, it was the 90s, like you had to be there. So, if you're on the younger side and you're watching this, please don't judge us older folk. Like, times were different and we did the best we could. Everybody's just doing the best that we can. So again, if you're part of my older crowd, um it's like you built so much, and you're realizing that you built it on like not complete fallacy. Like it came from a place of good intentions. For some of you, I'm saying that like maybe you engaged in like following a certain life path just because your elders were like, yeah, this is what you gotta do. And you're looking back now and you're like, I built what? Like, what did I build? And I didn't do much of what I wanted. And maybe you're having moments of like really feeling your own mortality. Maybe for some of you, there's some health things going on. Um, You know, that sunflower energy. It's about like being able to, sorry, y'all, gotta move the body. You know, they stuck too much celestial energy into this body, and that's why I'm chronically ill, because I just, there's too much stardust to be trapped in this being. Anyway, um so yeah, I'm seeing like, you know, maybe it came from a good place of you just wanted to do well, or you know, maybe your parents are immigrants and you made like a really big they made a really big sacrifice to come to, you know, whatever country. I don't want to limit myself by saying, you know, like coming to America. I want to make sure that I keep the energy as expansive as possible, but maybe your parents are immigrants to your country that you're currently living in, and you know, they struggled to build a life, for you, and you know, they sacrificed almost everything that they had to pour into your life to give you the best possible chance, and so you felt obligated to follow a certain path to, you know, live up to this family expectation. And this is also, this is culturally too, you know, if you come from a culture where that type of expectation is just on you, it's just this is generational, this is, it's cultural, like, you know, some people won't necessarily understand the depths of what that is. um and so now you're just in a place of like, okay, well, where do I go from here? Because maybe you achieved, maybe you achieved what you wanted to, and now you're looking on it like, where did it get me? I'm still this, or I'm still struggling with this, or I'm still struggling with that, or I haven't had time for this, I haven't had time for that, and I keep saying that one day I'll do this and one day I'll do that. You're meant to be seeing things clearly. You're meant to be cutting out, you know, all of this um extra energy. And it's not to say that the experiences that you went through were, you know, like, oh my god, like you should have never done that, you know. Again, if you're part of my older crowd, times were different. And you know, if you're part of my crowd that comes from cultures where family expectations are everything, and you know, your family name is everything, you know, you'll know, uh, it, everything. Oh god, I feel like it's so fucking cliche every time I say this goddamn thing, but like everything happens for a reason, and the situations that you've been through were meant to shape you, and that's also the purpose of this connection here, is to continue to shape you in that way. With the Knight of Wands in the reverse, I'm seeing that this is meant to take you off of your current adventure and kind of reinstate you into a new way. I do want to say, just, you know, be careful, be mindful, because we do have multiple cards that are in the reverse position here. And not to say that that's a bad thing. Again, I'm really moving away from good, bad. Um, you know, when the situation calls for it, especially in the case of reading tarot. Um, and so I'm seeing this, uh, just like your current energy is still kind of repelling this a little bit. So if you're here and you're still with me and you're still watching, just know that like you can do this. I'm gonna get advice for you next, and then we'll get one more card, um, to see, like, you know, what you should be doing. I mean, I feel like I try to touch on everything and leave you feeling as full and satisfied as possible with these readings. So let's just, we'll hit home on some more advice. Actually, you know what? Sorry, I completely forgot. We're not doing that. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. Yeah, there's something here about traditions, breaking traditions. The World card started to slip out a little bit too, right? Was that the World? It was, yeah, the World card. So, like, you know, you're just completing cycles. This is all part of the journey. This is supposed to be fun. And yeah, sometimes it's really not fucking fun. I know better than anyone. Like, I'm not having a good time. And then, like, 5 seconds later, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, this is good. Um, I'm not using this deck. We're using the Wild Unknown to get you some advice. And I want to tie this into as much real world advice as I can tie into it, because, you know, health insurance and care and even spiritual services are a luxury for people to be able to afford. And there's the Four of Pentacles again. Yeah. Your advice is to let go. The Lovers, make a choice. Choose you. Choose happiness. Choose your happiness. Alright, let's do one. And then we'll get into it. Oh my god, not me knocking the flower out. That sunflower energy said, if you don't get that silk flower out my face. Split the deck and we have the Emperor and the Fool. Yeah. Take charge. There's new beginnings just around the corner for you. Alright. We'll take this one. I'm gonna get quite a few of these. Ooh. The Wheel of Fortune. That came out earlier. Alright, okay. Last one. I also don't know why I flipped that one over when like I did all of the other ones. We have the Ten of Pentacles again. So many tens. So many tens. Big deck energy is the Three of Cups. Alright. Let's, you know what, I'm gonna set this up a little bit better. Let's put that right there. And then how did these come out? This we have sorry for my weird noises. Is this supposed to be in the reverse? It's a slight blockage, so we'll leave it reversed, but I'll note it. Also, if you've seen the way I read, the cards mean what I make them mean. I'm kidding. If you know tarot, you know I'm not lying. If you know me as a person, you know I'm not lying. Use your discernment when watching these tarot readings. If you fall into the world of YouTube tarot readings, because there's some people out there not being safe. Okay. Your advice for this situation is acknowledge the fact that it fucking hurts. I feel like some of y'all are operating out of so much compassion and understanding for the other person or the other parties involved. Like, you're really not thinking about yourself. Like, you need to be more selfish with your time, your efforts, and your energy. With that Six of Pentacles energy in the reverse, Spirit is asking you to invest in yourself, um to really take care of yourself. For some of y'all, maybe you're slacking on, you know, the nutrition department. Maybe you're, you know, really not doing the best that you can be doing. Oh my god, this is gonna piss me off. Hold on. I'm sorry. If you're watching this and you have Virgo placements, like, I apologize profusely. Please don't come for me, and please come back to my channel. I promise I'll do better next time. Okay, seriously. Back to the message, Phoenix. Gosh, yeah, so much tens, like so much tens, so many tens. I can't even speak right now. That, like, it's wild. Um, it's also late, but you know, like, when do I have time for these things except for like at night? Wait, I have no life. Um, that's not true. I live a very full and loving life. I don't know why I'm defending myself to you guys right now. No one cares. Um, Also not true. Why am I being so mean to myself? Are you guys mean to yourselves? What is this energy that I'm picking up on? Don't be mean to yourself. Like, especially if you're watching this and I know you personally, please don't be mean to yourself. But also, like, if you're watching this, just point blank period, stop being mean to yourself. Stop being mean. Don't be mean to my viewer here, okay? This is my friend's energy. We're friends now. If we're not friends in real life, if you don't know me in real life, we're friends now, okay? Don't be mean to my friend. I don't like that. And you don't like that either. Your body doesn't like that. Be kind to yourself. Be be compassionate to yourself. It is okay to be loving and compassionate to other people, but to at your own expense? No, baby. No, don't do that. Not at your own expense. People are going to have to deal with it. And I see that like the wheel of fortune is in the upright, the three of cups is in the upright. Like this is not bad luck energy, this is not like oh my god time to be serious energy. We have the 10 of pentacles in the reverse. You know what this tells me? If you hold on to this, you will lose this. If you hold on to the pain that comes with that 10 of swords and you don't release that, it's gonna mess up your finances, it's gonna mess up your stability, it's gonna continue to mess up whatever you built for yourself. For some of you, I'm seeing that like maybe something that you have is already starting to crumble and fall apart. And I want to say like this feels really specific, take it if it resonates, but if you're blaming like another person's existence for like stuff in your life falling apart, like no, this is spirit that's kind of coming through here. And you know, take the person out of the equation completely and look at your life and what you're doing for yourself and how you're showing up for yourself and how you're taking care of yourself. We have the Daughter of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles. So we have more page energy. For some of you, this could be like, breaking down like what you've built and starting a new career, starting fresh. Changing life paths and joining classes. So again, take this advice however it resonates. For some of you, I'm seeing like entering something at a beginner level or a novice level, or maybe even going back to school or college, or like let's say you never finished high school, going for your GED. Really, take a chance on yourself. Live in an energy of just like having fun. Like, oh my god, the Chariot in reverse again. Oh my gosh. Like, what? Girl, what? Big roadblock energy. Big roadblock energy. I don't think spirit is going to allow you to move forward from this. I'm also feeling like for some of y'all, if y'all were like messing around and you went out and you like did shrooms with someone and you saw grandma and she told you that you were not living right, you cannot go back. There's no turning back. You had that moment, that encounter, and nothing you do moving forward from that is not living in full surrender, um it's not going to be fruitful for you. If you are not selfish and you continue to be unkind to yourself, you will lose what you worked for. And I don't think you want that. I think the advice here really is strongly for you to let go. Let go. Three tens, like, and we had tens in the beginning too. We had like 10 of pentacles come out. Like, don't you want that wealth? Don't you want that stability? Don't you want that security? Look, the three of swords falling out like that. Come on, baby, let go of this pain. Let go of this pain. The There is love and friendship and purity that wants to come into your life, and I feel like you're shutting yourself off from it because you're afraid that it's going to be this. You're afraid that it's going to be destruction, and maybe it was destruction in the past, but being a collaborative energy, 9 of pentacles again too, so much confirmation, come from a place of love. I could keep going. Come from a place of love, come from a place of utmost stability. Temperance again, yeah, you will lose if you don't. I don't mean to scare you. I hope I'm not scaring you, but you worked hard for what you're building. Like, don't let that affect how you move forward. You can do this. I know it's scary, but like spirit has so much love and support. For some of you, this is also about soul family coming in. I feel like if you continue to hold on to whatever, excuse me, whatever, like for some of you, maybe it's like your blood family, or for some of you, maybe it's your chosen family. Um, and maybe it's gonna take you walking away from certain people to make room for new people as well, people that understand you and get you. And I promise you, you're gonna feel so seen by those people. Do we take that one? I was monologuing. It is one, but we'll just do it. Clear quartz. I have tourmalated quartz here. Clear quartz. What I can see in the clear quartz right now is that there's an element here of, again, just you really being in this self energy and going through these cycles of transformation. I see you really being amplified here. um, for some of you, there's like, I do feel like you're gonna need some external encouragement. And again, like, if we're not operating out of a place of needing like absolute like validation from so many other people, like, we're good. But don't completely shut yourself off to, like, really getting meaningful advice from people who understand you. um yeah, for some of you, I'm seeing like maybe you just have like that one trusted friend, or like, those two people, and like maybe, you grew up with them and they're the only ones that ever really had your back, like really, really had your back throughout, all of your hardships. And, like, your family was saying one thing and your friends were saying another. And but you have like that one homie, that ride or die. And you know that you can go to them openly and honestly. And I think that if you're intentional about this, like, you're gonna feel that connectedness. And um is gonna help to amplify you and your ability and moving forward. And maybe even, just for like confirmation, we have amplification, magnification, expansion, growth. Whatever you appreciate, love, abundance, or anything else, will grow simply by your observing it and feeling gratitude for it. Are you paying attention to all that is good in your life? Absolutely love that. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up. Literally. Find what is healing and nurturing and what fosters your well being. Express gratitude for the bounty that is yours, and it will expand. Whatever makes you feel happy and alive, do more of it. Do more of it. There's a relationship message and a prosperity message in here. I'll leave it like this if you want to pause it and read it. But I'm only going to touch on a couple of sentences here. So, for the relationship aspect, just know that it is time for you to turn your attention to um, growing what is good, and, not trying to be everything to everyone in your life. Yeah, no one can be all things to all people at all times. Say thank you to the people in your life who do make it better in so many ways. And so, yeah, for some of you, like, maybe there's just certain aspects of, like, maybe this family member, when it comes down to it, really doesn't necessarily have your best interest at heart. But they're operating out of a place of pure intentions and like trying to be understanding. And so maybe just, don't take their word for it, but know and love them and accept them as they are, instead of trying to transform them into, being someone that they're not. For the prosperity message, I'm seeing, what do you love? What do you desire? Choose well, so that the seeds you water will lead to a bumper crop of what you of oh god, fucking tongue twister ass bullshit. Sorry guys, excuse me. Maybe I'll just throw some bleeps in there. I don't know. I was really hoping to just shoot this, add it to the rest of the video, and post it tonight, but I've been letting the F bombs fly, so we'll see what happens. You know what? Maybe I'll just take a chance. Um Choose well, so that the seeds you water will lead to a bumper crop of just what you hoped for. Invest time in activities that you value, so that you can increase your fulfillment and prosperity. Like, whatever you place your attention on will grow. Like, you're stepping into this new energy, and I think that that's it. Like, that sunflower tells us that, like, you're in this place, you're doing the work, and you're making the steps. And maybe you feel like maybe you're not giving yourself nearly enough credit for the work that you have been doing and that you've done. Maybe it feels like it's not enough in the grand scheme of things, but I'm here to tell you that like it is like you're doing it. Like don't be mean to yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. That's coming up again and it's coming through strongly. Don't be mean to yourself and stop it with the unrealistic expectations, okay? You are not that person anymore. And it's time for you to start living fully within your truth. I'm like just shaking the freaking book around. That is all that I have for you. So what are the vibes? Oh my god, I just realized I didn't even do this part for group number 3. I'm gonna have to go back and do like an awkward voiceover, just so they don't feel left out. Did I say 2 or 3? No. Y'all, it is late. I need to go to bed. What are the vibes? The vibes are stop fucking being mean to yourself and be nice. Be nice to you. Be nice to be nice to all the parts of you. Understand them, you know? Think about those shadowy aspects, and put them as if they were another person. Look at yourself from an outside perspective and really look at yourself with that compassion, and then you'll see where you've been kind of selling yourself short. Vibes are stop selling yourself short. That was another tongue twister, and I almost did not get through that one. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and be a perfectionist, and neither should you. That is all I got for you. If you are still here, thank you for bearing with me. I'm excited to be back, and I hope that I can do more of these. And as always, know that you are loved. You are loved, and you are so worthy of love. So be well, and I will catch you on the next one.